Well, a very good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Today, it is the 20th of April, 2024, 3 minutes past 4 in the afternoon. Back in Microsoft Flight Simulator in the excellent PMDG 737. Here we are in the north of Norway, Tromsø. We'll be flying to Oslo today, where there's a 12-hour Norway-Oslo event. Flight time around 1 hour and 40 minutes. My friends at Aerosoft sent me a copy of their brand new Oslo-Gardermoen Scenery, which I'd like to preview today. Now, I was planning on taking part in Cross the Pond. I had a slot booked as well from, I think it was Morocco, all the way to, I can't remember, somewhere in South America. Flight time around 9 hours. But as I was posting yesterday on my social media feeds, this week I've been out of base. I'm very pleased to announce that I am now a fully qualified training captain, or line training captain, my operator. It's been 2 months of hard slog, ground school, flying out of base on 2 occasions, but I'm now fully qualified, type rating instructor and line training captain, and I've had such a busy week out of base. I got back yesterday and I was taken off standby. I didn't land until very late last night, and I hadn't set up anything for Cross the Pond, and I just thought, you know what, I'm going to forego it. And I had this scenery sat in my inbox. I just didn't fancy, guys, sitting at my PC for 10 or 11 hours having not set up anything, because I've been out of base the other side of the country all week. But yeah, never mind, we'll have some fun today. I can see a few people are wanting to join in as well. The reason we're starting a bit late, Oslo-Gardermoen was a departure airport for VATSIM Cross the Pond, and they said any arrivals after 3 o'clock, so I thought I'll start a bit later at 4, and I was planning on streaming Cross the Pond anyway today. But yes, really a big part of my career, another step forward, and I've had so much fun training, and this week has been so bad, the weather in the UK as well. Training at an airport I'm unfamiliar with, in very, very busy airspace, but my check went very, very well. I had some really nice positive feedback, and yeah, it's another, as I said, step forward in my career. So yes, if you're any colleagues of mine and waiting for live training, I hope to see you maybe sometime in the not too distant future. Anyway, here we are in Tromsø. We have departed from here before the pass and X-plane. Believe it or not, this is actually a freeware scenery available from the flightsim.io. It's by a freeware dev called Artogsta, I think it is. It even has, the details really good. There's some fantastic sceneries available. It even has, I think, look, a little bit of an interior model with people walking around, but completely free to download this one if you want to from flightsim.io. And it's also got a GSX profile too. Oh my goodness me, it's a new Boeing Airbus variant, but here's our PMDG 737, all cold and dark and ready to go. As I said, flight time around 1 hour and 40 minutes. And because I usually do some giveaways around Cross the Pond as well, Aerosoft, I don't know if I could have asked, maybe they would have given me a copy, but I will purchase a copy of the Oslo scenery after we've landed there to one lucky person who is watching the stream in chat later. Anyway, who we got here in chat today? Oh, Marty Snark, the bear bus, brilliant. It looks like it was the case there next to me. Seth, hope you're doing well. I'm sure the airspace in Haneda gets busy, but I'm sure you navigated like a pro. Yes, Seth, I just got back last night. Well, this morning, I could just say as well. As I'm saying, Tash, no Cross the Pond today. Yeah, I had a slot booked, cancelled it a couple of days ago, because I was like, I'm not going to have any time to prepare, because I've been away from home. I would have loved to have taken part, but I hope everyone who is taking part, a safe flight across the Atlantic westbound today. Thank you, Andy, Matt, Sleepy, Brendan, Weather Maverney, for all your kind words. Really, really appreciate it. Hope you're doing well. Steve says, hi there. Are we there yet? So we've literally just started. I've even turned the battery on. Andy, good afternoon, folks. Congratulations. Thank you very much. I appreciate the kind words as well. Oh, Lee, I'm sorry to hear that you had a crash on your way from Schiphol to Washington. Well, come join us here anyway. Across the Norway, yeah, we're taking part in, not CTD, CTN today. Brilliant. We are literally crossing the entire country today. For those of you who don't know where Tromsø is, here it is. It's a beautiful part of the world, and the Norwegian fjords right up here in Northern Europe. Our flight just takes us along the Norwegian-Swedish border all the way to Oslo. As I said, there's a VATSIM event going on in Oslo for 12 hours today. That's why I wanted to fly into it. And I looked at the event, so oh, this will be great with the Aerosoft scenery as well. Cool. Sabakis, hope you're doing well. Sleepy Lab, you're actually heading to Svalbard, then Tromsø next week. Nice coincidence day. Oh, very cool. Very, very nice. Pastor Escobar, hope you're doing well. Good morning, afternoon. How are you? How's Jack? Jack's not with me at the moment. He's coming over tomorrow. Yan Yap heard it's a big upgrade in paid LTC, lots of opportunities, well done. Well, it isn't the primary reason I did it. It's actually because I'm becoming a TRE, a type rating examiner, and to be a TRE operator, you must become a line training captain. But yes, maybe I should do a few more giveaways, eh? Blades, hope you're doing well. Finally caught a stream again. Hope you're doing dandy. Thank you very much for popping in. Right, anyway, let's get the show on the road. Flight Ferry, thank you very much for 26 months. As someone waiting line training at the 7-3, fantastic news. Congratulations. Yes, I know there's a bit of a delay somewhat, but I hope you start training very soon. You'll get there in the end, but you never know, you might jump into it at some point. Thanks, buddy. ERN, so event this weekend in Norway. The controllers are sitting together in a room in Torp, and that's really cool. I didn't realise that. I did see the event, but I didn't see that everyone had got together there. So that's really, really cool. Yes, Andrea, Training Captain, first of all, really congratulations on your new position. Just a question, do you have a chance to fly over the max? How does it be the 738? Thanks for your reply. Yes, Andrea, I've flown the max on multiple occasions, probably about 300 or 400 hours now. I do really like it for the longer sectors. It is significantly quieter from an investment from an airline's point of view. The fuel burn on this is so low as well. The engine starts do take a real long time, but yeah, I am a fan of it, and I know it's had its moments in the media, and there's ones with doors falling off, which shouldn't happen on our type. But yeah, I'm very confident the aircraft enjoy flying it, which is good. Luke, hope you're doing well. 10 months. Oh, my sim, on my sim, the other planes on your stand, not mine. So also congratulations, mate. See you out there. Yes, I probably don't know if you can see anyone else, but we are here. Anyway, let's turn this down slightly. I've not had the chance to do a test sector, but all the scenery is installed all correctly and working, which is good news. So we've got some electrical power connected to the aircraft. Electric hydraulic pumps will pop on. Landing gear lever is down. We'll check we have 6 green lights, and then check we have all the aircraft documentation up to date. Working our way down here, we'll check the squibs. There we are, 6 lights. Faults, we've got master caution overheat detector, which is all good. Over to the fire test, fire warning lights, wheel well, engine overheat, bell, and overheat detector as well. Cancel that. Emergency exit lights, already armed. Seatbelt sign, we shall not turn on just yet. Let me just fire up GSX. I've got it all running already. So we'll just request boarding. 182 passengers. Let's go with SAS. Scandinavian Airlines. New Skies logging our flight as well for Alpaca Airways. Of course, we're only ever flying this airline if we can. And I do have a GSX profile installed for this airport, a free one as well, so they should hopefully come down the bridge, I hope. How much fuel are we going to take for this sector? Now, the weather is really, really nice. It's lovely here, it's lovely en route, and it's lovely in Oslo. And because it's 2 runways, cav okay, let's take standard fuel today. It's got the same flight plan here, so if I bring up the OFP, you can see, look, I need 7640, which is conveniently rounded up to 78. The minimum block fuel I'd request is 4 wings pretty much on the 737, so we're going to go 78. Yes, let's board everyone. So FS Actions fuel. I know there's a way of doing it via GSX, but I'll just do that, 78. And the zero fuel weight, I think, is automatically updated to represent the flight plan, 58.2 on the zero fuel weight. There we are, 58.2, so I won't fiddle around it. We have got 182 passengers, but it moves cargo and bags around. But the fact is, the zero fuel weight's the same. That's all that matters. Right, where's Jim and I? Oh, look, there's the crew coming down the air bridge. I think Jim and I are already on board. It's very cool. This is completely free, this one. Kanupki, I hope you're doing well. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Lovely. Valet, a lot of people joke about the backs being underpowered, slow to climb. Is that true? Yes, it is. So, in comparison to the NG, the max does climb a lot slower, especially at higher altitude, and it's something to do with the bypass ratio. So for the NG it's about 5 to 1, for the max about 9 to 1 of the thrust comes through the core. And at higher altitude, that means it's less effective because more thrust comes from the core at higher altitude. So yeah, it really doesn't climb as well at high altitude, but it's not really a factor. When you get up to the cruise, it's fine, and it's so efficient in comparison to the NG. I mean, it's 2 tons an hour, so as opposed to 2.3 with more passengers and more weight, so it's pretty cool. Minimum fuel on a VATSIM event. You sure about this, boss? Yeah, we'll be fine. Yeah, I mean, Gardermoen's done with cross the pond now. They've got 2 runways. With contingency and reserves, we can hold for 15 minutes, and we've got 2 runways, so we can commit. We'll be grand. It won't be another fuel minimum call like the last time I did this, for sure. Excellent. Listerman, I hope you're doing well. Is there any cross the pond connection from Norway? Yes, it was from Oslo-Gardermoen. They asked, please let us do the cross the pond traffic until after 1500 Zulu, then you're free to fly in for the rest of the day for the 12-hour event. Right, anyway, fuel's on board. Test the attend button. Let's do the config check. There we are. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well. There's my thrust lever extended. Let's do the cargo fire test. Forward aft discharge. 2 fire warning lights. Radio tuning panels all set. 2000 standby. Rudder and aileron trim 3 and 0. Gear pins are in. Circuit breakers up here on the up overhead panel. Turn on the voice recorder. Mac airspeed warning test. Flight recorder checked. Stall warning test. IRS to nav. Alignment's going to take probably quite a while up here in this latitude. Circuit breakers are all in. Check the emergency equipment. Oh, Jim and I left our coats, it would seem, in our crew room. Never mind. Cool. There we are. Safety inspection checklist is complete. We'll grab some weather and then we'll go from there. The almighty snot, the Leap is such an advancement over the CFM, though the 7BE is still a beast. Then again, you could have a 24 on an NG as well. Terms I'm not sure about the bottom there. But yeah, I'm really happy with the aircraft. Flight deck to sim, might want to check your OBS settings. So Microsoft Flight Sim disappeared when you selected cam. Oh really? Hold on. Thank you very much for that. Wow. Is that better? Why was that deselected, I wonder? That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that, guys. There we go. Oh, it's... Oh, look. What's happened to Microsoft Flight Sim? Oh, crikey. It's gone into a massive resolution. Hold on. Let me just fix that. Microsoft Flight Sim transform fit to screen. There we go. I don't know what happened there. I've not changed my settings. Well, Streamlabs had an update, so that's probably what caused that. Well, that was great. It would have been a bit boring on yoke cam during takeoff. Brilliant. Right, let's grab the weather. As I said, there's full ATC here, so... I say that. There's no ATIS. We have approach. Well, we'll just take the weather from the METAR then. So, electronic flight bag weather. So... It will be, I think, departing off runway 18, clear skies. It's 2 degrees here. QNH is 1023, which I can set now. We'll put that to hectopascals. The magic B button, 1023. No SIG. Wind is 2 knots at 2,600 feet. Great. QNH is set then. We'll put the MFRA to 1,030 feet. Now, some people are asking before the stream in chat, am I going to try out Active Sky, which is now available in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Now, Active Sky is already available in X-Plane, but the X-Plane 12 default weather is a significant improvement over X-Plane 11, so much so I don't actually use Active Sky for X-Plane 11. So... Again, the same with Microsoft Flight Sim weather. The live weather is actually okay. You know, the upper winds are accurate. The gusts are okay. You know, for a desktop simulator, it's not bad. So, I don't know what Active Sky from Microsoft Flight Sim can bring over the default weather. I'd be quite curious to see. Maybe I'll have a look into it, but at the moment, my plan is not to try it there. Danny, hello from Cape Verde. I hope you're doing well. Rook Talon, thank you very much for your $5 donation, sir. Very, very kind. Thank you. Ooh, no, I wouldn't have space in my office.
Have you ever thought of getting a motion platform so you can feel the airplane move?
It's a good point, Rook, and I have seen some of these devices which move for your chair and stuff, which is pretty cool. It's something I won't be investing in. I have enough, fortunately, motion from the sim I work in at work and also the real plane, so I don't mind being quite static while streaming, but I've seen some of these motion platforms for sim racing as well, but very, very cool, but not one I will use. Thank you very much for your donation though, sir, appreciate it. Cool, let's do the MFRA, yeah, weather we've got then. Let's go straight into the FMC. So, FMC, latest AIRAC installed, I downloaded that this morning. We are in Torp, which is Echo November Tango Charlie. GPS left, north 69 degrees. Route, flight plan request, we'll get it from SimBrief. Invalid entry. Oh, did I put the wrong airport in? What is Torp? I don't actually know. Echo November Tango Charlie, yeah, that's good. There we go, SimBrief. I've got the fuel already. I'll set the payload again. So that's fine. How do I insert my route again? Select route, there we are. So the fuel, I've already got the 7.8 on board, so that's fine. Not, sorry, not Torp, Tromsø, that's what I meant. We're departing from Tromsø, not Torp. Oh no, it's already in, there we are. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, that's our call sign. And, oh yeah, there we are, load. Crikey, need a new floppy disk in. It's taking ages. Route uplink loading. You can see all the passengers coming in. Ah, the usual GSX suspects. I've seen him on a number of my flights before. There we are, it's in. Activate. I'll execute it now. Usually we wait until we complete something called the route check in reality. But we got it in. Just need to put the SID and star. So departures 18. The Mimo 3 Bravo executes. No discontinuities there. And then we're expecting an INREX for Lima later. I'll put in one right. INREX for Lima, which is there. And we want it via INSUV. Executes. Again, no discontinuities, it's all in. Wonderful. 0 fuel weights in. Reserves for our operational flight plan. Let's have a look here. Is that Bergen? Bravo Golf Oscar? I think it is. Just double check here. Yeah, that's Bergen. We need 2.9 tons of fuel to divert there. Cost index 30, cruising at 36,000 feet. Top of climb wind, we'll punch in now, which is 299 at 5.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am. Route data, average wind is 011 at 14. Thanks for pinging the membership thing there, 226. Transition altitude is set. We'll do the performance next as well. Disabled with Style, thank you very much for the 27 months as a member, just over 2 years. Hope you're doing well. Yay, my home airport's Tromsø. My brother is a service agent here, so treat your Norwegian passengers well. Also, congrats on becoming an LTC. Thank you very much for your continued support as a member, Disabled with Style. Very kind, and we'll look out for your brother. We're loading the bags. Thank you very much. Appreciate it there. Sir Strumming, what's that? Tromsø. Everyone's going Tromsø. Yeah, I do have a lot of Norwegian or Scandinavian subscribers, so it's nice to come back to here. I've been here for a while there. Good. Bird spotter. Why do pilots set the course? Good question, because this isn't actually not being used by the aircraft at any point. It's merely for reference, so we can tune the ILS if we have to come back here, or for the SID, if it's a non-RNAV SID, we can back it up raw data with some VORs. So if we were to lose the FMC, we can navigate conventionally. So that's what we primarily use it for today. Right, passengers are all boarded. FMC's loaded. We do have this pretty decent performance tool on here. So landing dispatch. Firstly, we do this to make sure we can actually depart legally. So we'll plan for 01 left, put the weather in, and this tells you the maximum weight you can land at, and that is, as you can see here, the maximum landing weight of the aircraft as the PMDG have it modelled. My operator is 65.3 tons. PMDG is 66.3, it's a ton heavier, but we're just making sure that we can land at the max landing weight, or we must dispatch to ensure that we can land or land less than this weight here. If we can't, we can still dispatch. We need two alternates. So landing dispatch calculations done. Import the data from the OFP. Why is that not working? No, maybe I have to put the runway in first. There we go. Runway 18. Import from aircraft. There we are. So the weight's in. The CG is in as well. We'll go flap 5. It's my operator's default flap setting. Optimum rating. Import weather. Calculate. So we can use TO2 and an assumed temperature of 31 degrees. So yeah, it's pretty decent performance. So TO2 is 22k and assumed temperature of 31 degrees. It should be giving me an M1 of 88.9, and that says 89.8, which is good. So when I put the APU bleed on, that should actually reduce to 89.2. So there's a small discrepancy of about 0.2, but we'll take that. Take off flap 5, CG's in, which is 20.2, 6 units of trim, which we'll set. Do we have ATC in Tromsø? We do, planes. Yes, we'll get the clearance shortly. Surströmming is notoriously awful Scandinavian fermented fish. Not good for in-flight catering. Well, we'll stick some of that on board then. Isn't it? Also the Icelandic, then they eat fermented shark, I think. Ugh. 40, 41, 46. Speeds are matching, and V2 146 knots. Perfect. Right, that's all done. That's all done. Next page for you, Jim. There we go. I'll at the takeoff page. Overhead panel it is. Yaw dampers on. Nav transfer display switch is normal auto. We check the cross-feed valve. Bright, dim, bright and off. Fuel pumps are all on except the centre tank. There's no fuel there for today's sector. Starting the APU. Pop the seatbelt sign on. Fueling's complete. Window heat we can turn on. It's cold, but we're not in freezing or icing conditions, because it's cav OK. That's all good up there. Voice recorder's on. Pax auto. 360. Elevation in Oslo is 680 feet, so 700 on the land out. Flight directors are on. We'll get the clearance shortly, but the expected SID stop level is flight level 90. I think the runway QDM is 183. Yeah, that is. Order brake to RTO. Reset fuel flow. We'll change that to QNH. And check the aero on trim. Perfect. We're all good to go. Good to go. Seth William, why does the AP bleed affect the engine N1 for takeoff? Because you're taking, when you tap from the engine bleed air, you're taking off a little bit of thrust. You know how they say the air conditioning on your car takes a little bit of power away from the engine? It's sort of see it as the same way as that. So when you calculate the FMC N1, it takes the present duct pressure, so usually you'd have to wait for 2 minutes. So if I put the AP bleed on, you see the duct pressure is 0. And based on that, if we have no demand from the bleeds for the packs, our takeoff M1 would be 89%. But you watch what happens when I put the AP bleed on. 89%, remember. See the duct pressure increasing. 89. Once the duct pressure goes up, we'll reduce to 88.2. It should. Oh, come on. Why is that not reducing? Well, that should reduce. Well, it's done it for my whole career. Maybe it's based off pack switches in the PMDG. 89.8. Oh yeah, sorry, 89.9 to 89. That is correct. Yeah, 0.8. It should be about 0.6 with assumed, but you can see it's gone down. What was it? 89, and without. Yeah, it should be based off duct pressure. I think the PMDG though is based off pack switches, which isn't correctly modelled. Yeah, so 89.8 packs auto reduced to 89. So that's the main reason. So yeah, it should be based off duct pressure, not the position of the pack switches. Right, that's all done, that's all done. Let's grab the clearance. We're doing great for time. We're due out in 5 minutes, and we'll go from there. Oh, maybe it is the sticky bleed valve, could be. Listed in my old VW Polo, I called the AC button the acceleration button because of that. Brilliant. That's fantastic. Oh, Rook Talon, thank you very much for a gifted membership. Not only have you donated, you've gifted a membership, and Camp Scout is the winner of the gifted membership. Thank you very much, buddy. That's very kind, and welcome on board, Camp Scout. You get a free month's membership as a member. A reminder to all the members, don't forget it's the 50-second members-only group flight tomorrow evening UK time. And we also got Simon Hellerman joining as a member. I hope you're doing very well, sir. Thank you very much indeed for joining. Camp Scout, you used to be a member. Welcome back. Excellent. Right, what else do I need to do? Airport here. And Jim, you can have airport selected. Let's now grab the clearance. Frequency is 2375. How many alpacas are crossing the pond? That's a good question. I'll have to go on, have a look on. God, it's flipping busy here, isn't it?
Is clear to Oslo via Animo 3 Bravo on the 18 initial climb 9,000 feet.
Perfect.
5676. With 5 km.
35 Charlie Mike, correct.
And Tromsø, hello, it's Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, stand 22, and requesting departure clearance to Oslo-Gardermoen, please.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, clearance to Gardermoen, or Nemo 3 Bravo departure, climb to flight level -0, squawk 5061.
I think it's 5061. Cleared to Oslo on the Mimo 3 Bravo, flight level 90, squawk 5061, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, confirm squawk 5061.
5061, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Thank you, read back correct. Then I identify for Tango, taxi via Yankee stand 24.
Perfect, so Mimo 3 Bravo.
Taxi via Yankee stand 24.
Flight level 90, squawk
For Tango, I have an aircraft
5061.
stand 17, so you might need to give way to it.
Cool. So it's going to get very busy here when Alpaca pushing back. 5 alpacas on cross the pond. Superb.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie requesting.
Yeah, part of me was a bit like, oh come on flight deck sim, take part. I had nothing set up. I didn't know what aircraft to take, what sim to fly. Ugh. I've literally got home around midnight last night. Right, I think we're all good to go. I'll request push and start. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, stand 2-2, request push and start.
7 to Oslo-Gardermoen.
271, first Alpaca 1977, clearance to Oslo, Amimo 3 Bravo departure, climb initially flat level 9,
But actually do this first, haven't I?
5374.
No, I don't need to do anything.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brake set.
Thank you.
Safety Oslo-Gardermoen, climb flight level 90, squawk 5374. Just confirm the star for me.
Hello.
Six,
How often do you step on the rear radio? Yeah, it happens. It happens quite often,
Amimo
not as
3 Bravo.
often as it should. I'm not a fan of people who check in on radio stations. Someone
Animal
requests something, I always wait for the reply. Some people just talk over people. It's very rude.
Alpaca 1977, correct.
Departure check completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, stand 2-2, request push and start.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, hold position.
Hold position, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Perfect. Yeah, very busy here, isn't it? Flipping heck. So he's waiting to go on stand, I think. That's the guy who just taxied in. He's very, very close to him. Peter Green, my biggest challenge when flying in real life was having a terrible memory, so I needed to write down all ATC instructions. There's nothing wrong with that. Practice makes perfect. And guess what I've got right in front of me?
Locking gear.
There you go. Piece of paper. There's the clearance.
Alpaca
Just the
1977,
3
request
Bravo,
push
because I knew it was an Amimo, flight level 90 in the squawk.
Alpaca
Exactly as I do on the real plane.
1977,
Well, it's usually the FO that gets the clearance. Or because we have A cars retrofitted on all our NGs now and the Maxes. If we can, we get our clearance via A cars.
Push and start approved, stay direction. And
State
stay
north
direction.
on Yankee.
Push and start approved, stay in Yankee, Alpaca 197.
Perfect. So, one of the problems with Tromsø is it doesn't have a parallel taxiway all the way to the whole point, so we're going to have to taxi to Echo and then backtrack. Then you can't do intersection departures actually from here, can you? Oh, maybe I can alter the runway. Oh, interesting. It says here runway length 2,000 meters. Has that? If you look on Navigraph, you see how it shows 2,451. But here, runway length is 2,000. Has that taken into account the intersection?
Alpaca 2 Tango Bravo, say I'm ready for taxi.
Interesting. So is that from Echo?
Confirm ready now.
So if I reduce that, if I go very conservative and put sort of 1,600 meters.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, push and start approved, make it straight, QNH 1023.
Straight pushback QNH 1023, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, straight push and start approved, QNH 1023.
Due to icing
So straight pushback, manual stop.
push completed and brake set.
Okay, I'll try that one. Maybe I could just do an intersection.
Approach regulars 5,
Ah, no, we'll do it.
ready for push and start.
Nordic Charlie Mike,
Oops,
push
that
and
should
start
have been
approved,
set.
make it straight, QNH 1023.
I upset it now.
Push straight, QNH 1023.
Do I now release it?
Yeah, dispatch.
What have I done?
Alpaca 2 Tango Bravo, taxi via
Push me,
Yankee.
push me! What have I done?
And yeah, there must
Oh,
be
what's
some
going on there?
aircraft, left in adjustment, if you wait.
Interesting. Bottle back shit. Oh! It's changing
Confirm for Tango
colour.
taxi Yankee, stand
That's
1.
weird. What have I done? I've broken GSX.
Yankee stand 1A, Scandinavian.
Thanks, Rook Talon. Oh. Is it doing stuff below me? Oh, I know. Hold on. I've got chocks on, haven't I? Don't like all this FMS business. Yeah, FS actions, isn't it?
Releasing parking brakes.
Oh.
Due to icing conditions.
There he
please
goes.
stand by
Oh,
for
I've got the
engine
ground
start
power connected and everything. I've got the AP
brake
on
set.
the bus. What's going on? Why is that? What's happening? What's going on there with the model matching as well? Oh, good. The GPU at least is gone. Rook, thanks. Can't believe it's almost May. Also, I've watched a vid by Mental Pilot where he taught someone to land a 737 in a sim. It's super hard. Yes, I've seen that. That's with who's that YouTuber? Very good YouTuber. Makes lots of educational, interesting videos. Anyway, we're on our way. 3 minutes late. Right. God, look at this. Vivian. These two aircraft having to wait. Yeah, there must be some weird model matching issue here. Tom Scott, that's it. No smoking shut. We use that operator for cabin secure. Right, starting engine number 2. N2. Oh yeah, I've got to do this manually, haven't I? Oil pressure, N1. Oh, a bit early with the fuel. Okay. Taking the GPU for extra power.
Set parking brake.
Oh, what? Come on. Oh. Well, that'll have to do. I don't think else I could do. GSX still needs a bit of fiddling. Why can't I just say stop manually? But it's done 100 meters, isn't it? Oh, it wants me to say good. Yes. Now what? No. Yes. Oh! Ah! Oh! God, GSX. Right, Sonic out on engine number 2. Ridiculously high EGT. 2. It's hotter than the Leap. 2. 5. 6.3. 2 stable. Starting engine number 1. Is straight push authentic? Yeah, there's a lot of airports that do straight pushes. In fact, list them in Oslo-Gardermoen is one place where they do lots of straight push back. Berlin as well. Oh no, Berlin. Do they do straight push? Have I had a straight push at
Say again.
the new one? I don't think I have. N2. Oil pressure. N1.
Alpaca 1977, request taxi.
Alpaca 1977, taxi via Yankee holding point Echo 18.
Do you use terrain on one nav displaying weather on the other? Yes. So usually the pilot monitoring would have terrain on the first officer and the captain would have the weather. Thank you very much, 0321 Short, for your kind words as well. Perfect. So there's about 1, 2, 3 aircraft waiting for me now. I think we'll do an intersection departure as well. Yeah, we need to. This peakage is way too high. It peaks around 430, 450 with the CFM. So 2, 5, 6, 3, 1 and 2 stable. Right, full taxi flow. Flaps to 5. Did the aircraft just move? I don't know. Flight controls. Full forward, full back, left. Right, you meant to do it nice and slow. Left and right. Recall, blank the lower DU, and then we'd read the before taxi checklist. But I'm just going to request taxi, so I'm holding everyone else up. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, request taxi.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, taxi via Yankee holding point Echo 18.
Yankee and hold short Echo runway 18, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. I think I know why the pushback broke, because I never set the parking brake. My fault. Right, clear left, clear right, config.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, taxi right and follow the company to holding point 18.
Andy, did you have to fly any of your sectors from the right as part of your assessment? You didn't have to, but I did on one of my training flight days. A command upgrade student, so I was actually sat in the right-hand seat. First time I'd flown in the right-hand seat since I was a first officer. So I was sat here, and it took me some time to get into it, but yeah, it was fine. So yeah, one day you can do anything during your training. So I taught mostly cadets, so people who have finished their type rating, who are brand new on the aircraft and it's their first airline job. I did a day's command upgrade, so an experienced first officer at my operator who's becoming a captain, so I was sat in the right hand seat training him. And I did one day what we call TTR, so this is someone with flying experience. The previous type he flown was a business jet, and he was coming on to fly the 737. And so I was trying to get all the bad habits he had from flying there. I think it was citation, yeah, citation not the X, an older one, and the rest of the cadets. So yeah, all sorts. But we've got plenty of time to talk about it. If you have any questions about my course I did and what sort of training we do, I'll be happy to answer that in the cruise. We're obviously very busy here.
Runway 18, Alpaca 19.
Oh yes, I was going to see if I can do an intersection departure. So yes, this is 1600 meters, which is very conservative. If you look at the length of the runway, it's 2,400, so 1,600. I'm going to plan from Echo, so we're going to change our performance. Now, if you change your performance, guys, that's absolutely fine, but bear in mind two things. One, it changes your trim. Your trim will change, as will your speed. So it's now 5.4 units with a higher thrust setting. Often requires a slightly different trim setting, and the speeds V2 slightly higher, so they're all accepted, and we have no V speeds appearing in the PFD. So we're going to request an intersection departure, so we don't need to backtrack. Oh, do you reckon we can sneak in front of this guy? Right, I better do the before takeoff checklist. Before takeoff checklist, configs checked, flaps we have 5 green lights, stab trim is set 5.4 units, takeoff briefing, the packs are auto, bleeds on, the V speeds are set for departure, now 26k full, 36, 38, 48 on the MCP V departure. It's going to be the Amimo 3 Bravo straight ahead, and we're going to climb to flight level 90, NADP2, engine outside. There's terrain in this sector, so we're going to climb straight into 6,000 feet, which is the MSA. That's reviewed. Cabin secure, checks complete. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, holding Echo at runway 18. We're fully ready for departure. We're able to depart from Echo.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, reserve Echo, line up on 8.
Via Echo, just confirm line up and wait 18.
That is correct.
Via Echo, line up and wait runway 18, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Perfect.
Alpaca 177, hold position, V1 departure ahead.
Sneaky. Well, I hope I got my performance right. MCP is set, transponder TAR8, strobe lights are on, waiting for takeoff clearance. Well, where's he taking off to? Perfect. So we always plan for intersection departures. I've been flying this week out of from undisclosed airport in a very large city in the UK, which if you can, you always try and depart from the intersection instead of backtracking. Saves a lot of time. Oh, this taxi's like a articulated lorry custard. Right, bit off the centre line, that'll do. You snooze, you lose, Peter. You've got it. That was a rubbish lineup from myself.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, runway 18 cleared for takeoff, wind 230 degrees, 3 knots.
Runway 18 cleared takeoff, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Excellent. Well, we're on our way, guys. Sorry for whoever's behind me. Do your intersection departure. Timing. I feel like I've forgotten something. Jim? Nah, Jim's not saying anything. Stabilised. Set takeoff thrust. 95.4. Takeoff thrust sets, indications normal. Checked, release forward pressure. No problemo.
V1 rotate.
Definitely needed 26k though. Bit of a fast rotation. We'll take it. Gear up. Nice. So if the flight director's command above 20, don't pitch above 20. Probably because I went full 26, fair enough. LNAV. Alright, bug up.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, identified climb flight level 180, depart passing altitude.
Climb flight level 180 and passing altitude 2,000 feet. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, thank you.
So 180 checked. There's climb thrust, flap 1. Oh, look at the scenery, fantastic, isn't it? And flaps up. I don't know what's happened to yoke cam, it's really zoomed out. You can just about see my chin almost. I nearly gave away my chin on yoke cam.
Alpaca 2 Echo first.
Sort out the zoom. Streamlabs, every time you update it, it changes loads of things. Yeah, beautiful day for flying. Look at that, no wind at all.
Clear for takeoff, Alpaca 19.
Yeah, command A.
Alpaca 3 Whiskey, taxi via Yankee, holding point.
Chin reveal.
Taxi via Yankee.
Right, flaps up, no lights. VNAV, set standard. We're passing 39 flight level 180 after takeoff jet list. Gears off, all the brakes off. Star switches off. Air conditioning and pressurization 2.2, climbing. Set. Camera released. After takeoff checks complete. Credit to PMDG, the whole thing from the start of the stream to here has been perfect. There really hasn't been big issues, apart from the engine startup with a really high EGT. The rotation actually felt pretty good, with a bit of a dead band. So that was pretty cool.
Break Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie. Yeah, if you want to
Very nice.
40, 30, 20, 10.
We will backtrack, one up on right, 18, Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
Perfect.
So do you just really like alpacas?
I do.
127, decimal, question 126, decimal 450.
126450, thank you very much to the ATC Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Bye bye. Perfect. 126450. Do I really like alpacas? Yes, we do. We all like them here. Is it Polaris? Yeah, that's it.
Polaris, hello, climb flight level 280.
Yeah, scenery's fantastic, isn't it? Polaris, good evening, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, climbing flight level 180 inbound to Ipatuk. I think he's controlling a huge area, he probably doesn't realise where I am.
Alpaca 3, question 28, 2 Sierra Lima, Polaris, hello, continue climb, flight level 360.
Flight level 360 Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, thank you. So 360 is set, and that is our cruise once, twice. Check the cruise page 3 times. Very good. And passing 105 for flight level 360. Let's do the pre-cruise checks. Fuel 4 pumps, lights turn off. Verify the APU's off. Pressurization 4.5 and set. Release passengers, recall. And log on to CPDLC, monitoring 1215, checks complete. Perfect. Haven't met an alpaca on holiday. I've been alpaca walking, hence the name
Polaris for 125.
of our virtual airline, Alpaca Airways.
Easy 125, pass message. Could you say again the altitude where we are?
Right, I'm fixing my yoke cam. I don't know what happened there to my...
Is 125, when
Yoke
ready,
cam.
descend flight level 140. When ready, 140 is 125, thank you very much.
Minimums.
Sierra Lima Alpha, contact.
Because I'm a pro streamer, I know how to change my settings of my camera whilst you guys can't see it. I'm a pro streamer basically.
Thank you.
That's better. No more chin views for you. There we go. So now, there we go. Perfect. Nabil Games, thanks for the 3 months, buddy. Good afternoon, fellow simmers. Hope you're all doing very well. Thank you very much for popping in. Thank you for your continued support as a member. That is scenery. Very nice. Hope doing well, Aviates. Superb. It's absolutely beautiful. Completely clear. Yes, once again, thank you for those of you who popped in here, and sorry I'm not taking part in Cross the Pond today. As I said, I did have a slot. I've been so busy doing the Training Captain course, I never requested a slot, so I had only the public offering. So when they came open, there were like 2 or 3. I grabbed one, and it was the Morocco to Bogota, that's it. 12-hour flight, leaving at 4 in the evening, landing at goodness knows what time in the morning UK time, 2 or 3 in the morning, and I went, oh, I'm, as much as I do love streaming, and I have taken part in lots of Cross the Ponds and tried to, it was a bit too much after this week of flying. But I'm going to be great fun to to jump in and take the PMDG for a spin, which is behaving really well.
Hey.
Everyone's talking about my chin. Did my chin just peek into view? Probably. I looked in the corner of my eye and I could say, what's happened to yoke cam? You could have seen the whole side of my head. Almighty Star says, you just need an engine change. You've lost your EGT margin, obviously. I've got a few CFMs for you, always kept indoors, owned by the old MRO that barely used them. Oh, reassuring. Yeah, the EGT is way too high. EGT is, yeah, on the older engines, they do have higher EGTs. And burn a bit more fuel in the cruise. You can see the difference sometimes. CH, in the US, usually you release the cabin crew at 10,000 feet. Is there a specific point at which you guys do it? Yeah, it's usually once the after takeoff checklist is complete. So typically around 5,000–6,000 feet. You know, smooth ride, weather permitting as well. And then the passengers once we're above 10,000 feet as well.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Very generous of you, Hakan. Thank you very much for your 100 Norwegian kroner, sir. Very, very kind. Oh, thank you. He's got so
Buy
many.
some snacks for your dog.
That's very, very kind. Jack will be most excited to come tomorrow and see he's got some snacks. Thank you very much indeed. Very kind. Can't wait to see him. I didn't get my soundboard up in time for a timely bark. There we go. Pro streamer. Oh dear. 52's chin is trending on X. Oh dear, oh dear. I did have a little look at this Aerosoft scenery. It's very nice indeed. The effort these devs go to making it phenomenal as well. So we'll have a little look after landing, as we do whenever I get access to these series. And yes, as I said, usually for Cross the Pond I do some giveaways, so I'll give away a copy of the scenery to someone at the end.
Flight level 380, Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
So ETA 1726 and about 640 miles to run with 3.6 tons. Remember, our reserves are 2.9, so that's about right when we take standard fuel. FPT, interested to hear about the process of moving from light jets to 737 ops. What particular challenges and differences training was involved? Very good question. So FPT, this very experienced. He was a captain in his previous type, but because he doesn't have enough hours on what's the term for jets over a certain weight and certain size, he didn't have enough hours. He's coming in as a first officer, and yeah, I mean, we did a 4-sector day, and they changed our last 2 sectors, so he dealt well with the disruption, and his handling was very good. You could tell he was experienced, but he was sort of we did a flat 40 landing at the end of the day, and what really caught him in the 737, with flat 40, the roll, it's a little bit more sensitive in roll, so he was overcorrecting. It was a little bit of a crosswind around 10–11 knots, and it was a bit gusty, sort of gusting up to 15, but as the wind was rolling over the buildings and terrain, especially below 200 feet, he was over controlling the roll. So if I was to sort of show you here, I mean, I know I've got no flaps, but he was sort of doing this, you know, counteracting. But obviously with flat 40, it's a lot more sensitive in roll. So that was it. I didn't take control. You dealt with it well. But as you've seen in the UK, for those who live in the UK, the weather's been awful this weekend. I did have to take control off one landing from one guy. So new pilots, cadets have quite strict limitations, and also if they've got less than 500 hours. One of them is 15 knots for a crosswind landing.
Good afternoon, Alpine 5 Tango Alpha with you, passing flight.
So yeah, it's the wind wasn't such a strong crosswind. It was down the runway, but it was quite gusty, sort of gusting up to 25, and he was really struggling with it, poor guy. So I took control, and I let him have the next landing on the next sector just to build some confidence again. But yeah, you've got to be very vigilant. That's all, especially with you guys, because you've never flown the aircraft before. They've come off light aircraft, they've done circuit training, and I've had quite some firm landings. Maybe it's the reputation of the airline precedes itself. I can see why. But we do a lot of training here, but it's all safe, and the Boeing can take a very firm landing. CH, interesting. Yeah, I fly a lot as a passenger in the US, and I usually see them releasing cabin crew at 10,000, release the passengers during cruise. Yeah, every airline and every part of the world will be slightly different. Typically, if there's forecast turbulence at top of climb, brief the cabin crew accordingly. I'll say, look, I'll probably leave you in your seats a few minutes. I won't release the passengers until around 15-20 minutes or something like that. Ian, is it true that if you change airlines, your seniority is not maintained? Yeah, very likely. It's not going to. So, sort of, if you're a captain, you might have a direct entry captain, but seniority with regards to your position in the airline will change, of course.
9F5 Charlie, Roger, descend flight level.
2 tons raining cats and dog 6, expecting up to 8 centimetres of rain through tomorrow. Yeah, did you see the rain in Dubai? Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the infrastructure can't handle that amount of rain, much drainage, but I saw some videos from Dubai Airport of the Fly Dubai 737 wading its way down the taxiway. It was balmy. Seth, what's the lowest height you would take control for the other guy on approach? There isn't really a quoted height, Seth. This was around 300 feet. Of course, the option to go around is always available. My operator has a no-blame policy for go-arounds, and with training, they very much, they'll understand fully if you have to go around at any point for that. And there's a degree when it comes to training, and I know this sounds a bit strange, but as a training captain, you've got to make sure there's a level of interjection you need to do, and another amount that says, look, you've got to learn at some point. It's based on how far they are. So if they're a new training, if they're new on the line, the amount of training you're doing and patter, as we call it, as an instructor, it's quite high, but when they're coming to the end of their line training, you're saying less and less. So if it develops to a go-around, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's a useful training experience. Thanks, Luke. Very appreciative. Thank you.
First alpaca flight with the alpaca crew. I was sweating in that departure, not going to lie, ha, even though it was a simple sit.
Thank you very much. Always cracks me up when it reads the donation. Thanks, Luke. Very, very kind of you. Thanks for joining me as well. First ever departure with an alpaca crew. Are you going to take part in the group flight tomorrow? I hope so. But thank you very much for joining in today. And it was, yes, nice straight out sit, which we always like. Thanks for your donation, sir. Very generous. Thank you. Ali Mish, yeah, no irrigation system. I guess you're out in the Middle East, sir. Pastor Escobar. So Pastor Escobar, ladies and gentlemen, who's been a member of the channel for a very long time, when he joined, was flying the King Air. Maybe not even doing that at that point. He's now a first officer on the 737. We were chatting actually last week. He flies in the US, and I was actually quite curious about some differences of what he was being told as well. And they were very similar, some just minor differences there. So Pastor Escobar, I went from the King Air to the 738. Certainly there's a positive and negative skills that transferred over. Most notably me, was the easiest was having CRM, and the hardest was hand flying at first. Yeah, absolutely. And to a degree, the guy who had flown the Citation, his handling was good, but he's come from an aircraft which is 4 times, 5 times smaller, and handles very differently, but his handling was not bad. His rotations were excellent. I had a cadet this week whose rotations were quite fast. Initially quite normal speed up to the deadband, and you've heard me talk about the deadband, where around 10 to 11 degrees you have to increase back pressure in the 737 due to how the airflow is disturbed over the horizontal stabilizer. He was getting to the deadband, stopping, and then he was really pulling through quite aggressively, so it can sort of open up to a tail strike. Now, as a training captain, we're taught. I'll turn on yoke cam here. During rotations, you can't quite see it here. I'll just put my foot there. Interesting view for you guys. You put your hand here. So as a training captain, there, take off your hands there. And on rotation, you sort of do this. So if they start rotating too fast, you can literally just grab your thumb there as well, so your hands are sort of there, and then on approach, if they're getting a bit sort of wayward, you can sort of encourage an input. So sort of like, you need to start descending, you just make a very gentle input, but it's very important that you don't take control. If you want to take control, you need to very much specifically say, look, my controls here. You can have instances where no one's flying the plane otherwise.
96 for Charlie, clear to land 117, wind 240 degrees, final.
Hasso, yeah. Hi, I'm studying the 73 CBT. Could you explain what the difference is between wet skid resistant runway options in the FMC? Yes, so runways can have... I don't know what makes them skid resistant. Is it the grooves or something. I don't know, but it's an option in the OPT. You simply set wet skid resistant options. I'd actually have to look at the exact what makes a skid resistant runway. It's to do with the runway, how it's made, but yeah, it's basically in the OPT. It'll give you the option for wet skid resistance. Slightly more grip, I think. But what actually constitutes the difference between that and non-wet skid resistant, I don't know. Good question. Hi. Hi FDW pilot says, hope you're well, congratulations on your promotion. Training Captain, have a question. How do I join the Discord server? I already sync Discord with YouTube. Good question FW pilot. This happens sometimes to people to join. So head over to, my best advice at the moment is to head over to Google, search YouTube Discord synchronization, follow those steps, and I think the server syncs every hour and it checks your YouTube membership and generates an invite that way. We're waiting for you there. Pastor Escobar, I was a single-engine commercial pilot doing nothing when I joined your channel. Crikey. Oh, not doing nothing. You were building your experience.
55 Charlie, clear direct
Well, Mighty Snug, a lot of it has to do, it's very unlike design. Yeah. Oh, you said above, the 7.3 is a bit of a weird beast handling-wise compared to contemporaries. A lot of it has to do with its analog design, it's constant stretching of wings and body. When the hydraulics are off, it becomes very mushy. Oh yes, with manual reversion, yes, that's a day in the office. That's a point, members. I do need to do another stage event. We're coming up to a month, or maybe over a month now. Maybe I can squeeze one in on Tuesday. Yes. Hey, got it, FBW pilot. Yes, best of luck. Any problems, drop me an email. VATSIM just sent us a message on VPilot. Almost 3,200 connections, VATSIM. Thank all of you. Wow, well, we're on it. I mean, not across the pond on it, but that's pretty, it's a pretty insane statistic. 3,200 connections, wow. Thanks, Captain came into the friction provided between the aircraft tyres and the runway surface. Yeah, it's beyond my knowledge. Awesome. Hans watching the stream as a perfect cool down after a busy day in Shanghai, charging up for the race tomorrow. Oh, cool! Are you there, Hans? Watching it, very very cool. Yes, I watched the replay of the sprint, which is the sprint quality was awesome. Sprint race was okay, and the predictable stuff for qualifying. Well done to Science for rescuing that as well. Yeah, I watched the race live. It's a decent time actually in the UK, isn't it? Wow, that's an interesting stat. Anyway, there's cruise for us, 360. Just past Ahimo, so we can do a quick check here. I'm operator, we set max continuous thrust in the cruise. Always just have a little look around. Oh no, VNAV. Logged on to CPDLC, which you can't do. Right, let's have a little look at the flight plan.
Flight level 340.
Flight level 340, Alpha 2,
There we are, a Mimo. So 21 minutes we should have been there. It's 20 minutes, that's great. We should 750 on board. We have 6 tons. We saved about 200 kilos. That would have been during the taxi. And we should have burned 1.9 tons of fuel. We have used 1.8. Excellent. Everything is hunky-dory.
50, 40, 30, 20.
Perfect. All good. Ian, thank you very much for your £10 donation, sir. Very generous of you. Thank you very much. Oh, thanks.
Congrats on your LTC quali. I'm buying you a drink for when you're off duty and snacks for Jack, the official pilot foot warmer.
Pilot foot warmer. Brilliant, Ian. Thank you very much. Very generously, sir. Thank you indeed. My brother-in-law is staying tonight, and my to-be brother-in-law getting married next year, and my mother-in-law, and we have some beers, so that would have nicely gone towards that. So I've got some Desperados in the fridge, he's got some Guinness, I've got some cider, I think it's Mountfield as well. Well, it's too cold in the UK to have a barbecue, but we're going to have a Sunday roast tomorrow. Thank you very much for your contribution towards that, Ian. Thank you, and I hope you're doing very well, sir.
208, contact Polaris 120-650.
Amazing how many people on VATSIM. Cool. Yeah, PMDG's flying very nicely. The performance at high altitude was really, really good. And where do we go geographically here? I mean, I've never flown as far north as this before. Just literally, yeah, the Norwegian-Swedish border. I don't know any of these places. I flew into Haugesund once a long, long time ago. Torp I've been to. I can't say much more. I've been to Gardermoen as well. I've flown once as a captain into Gardermoen 5 years ago, one of my first ever flights as captain. And yeah, never as far north as this. What about a gin and tonic, said Stephen. Oh my goodness me. I have nothing nothing to say to that. Yeah, hold on. Brilliant. Well done.
Legal 37 Bravo, turn left, correction heading 260.
Sure, Sunday roast are delicious. My closest friend lives in the UK, and I had a couple of Sunday roasts. Love that. Yeah, it's very traditional. My late grandmother was the queen of Sunday roasts, and I'll do anything to have one of hers again. Alas, mine aren't as good, and we'll be making it. My fiancée and I, but yes, probably mine a frozen roast potatoes. Aunt Bessie's classic staple Sunday roast for the masses. Brilliant. R2K2 question, being a noob, yeah, you are a real life captain but flying a virtual plane is a hobby. The virtual air traffic controllers, are they also ENTCs in real life? I believe a number of them are. A lot of them utilise VATSIM to practice, especially trainees as well. I know that as a fact because I've got a good friend who's a controller, and well, he isn't a controller yet, he's going to be training as a controller, but he uses VATSIM to practice. So the same way I'm using the sim, real controllers are using VATSIM and no doubt IVAO and other networks. It's Bodo. Is it Bodo down there? We flew there once on a group flight, I think. Is it actually quite snowy still up here? I mean, well, yeah, 3 degrees, I suppose. Steve M, I use Aunt Bessie roasters. Put them in the air fryer. Always come out great. Ooh, interesting. I know, Stephen. It's a laziness on my behalf. Very much so.
Scale 54 Bravo, descend now, flight level 120.
But yeah, this VATSIM event in Norway is open all day. I think well, not all day, until 8 o'clock. It was 8 o'clock this morning until 8 o'clock tonight. So if you want to fly into Norway today, it's a good time to do it if you don't have or didn't have a slot for across the pond. Look, the views are amazing. They are superb. I'll go into drone cam for a second. There we are, look at that. Actually, Alpaca Airways aircraft blends in well with a snowy background, doesn't it? Yeah, this sim is it really is a graphical marvel. It's so good. Well, I'm back in this sim, my next block, and then back flying line training the week after that.
118,
Lisbon, how did you come up with the channel logo? I paid an art graduate, a uni graduate, 50 quid to design that, and they gave me lots of options. In fact, I think I might have the original. I kept all the different concepts. Would you like to see the Flight Deck Sim logo concepts from 7 years ago? I think I kept it. Let me have a look here. Pictures, logos.
Norway 5 for Zulu Polaris, hello.
What did I?
One mic arrival, when ready, descend flight level 120.
We have one mic when ready, down to flight level 120.
Oh, I don't think I kept them. No, it's just the final one, the one I have. But I had they made like lots of different options, so I don't have it anymore, unfortunately. I've got the vector files, but they're all of the final one, which is the logo. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have it, guys. Sorry about that. Built up false hope. Oh, cool, Domino Mosina. 6 of your photos got accepted into the Aviation Photo Gallery. Feels good given how strict the rules are. Fantastic. Oh, share those in Discord. See which ones they are.
Thank you so much.
Hans, if I find an alpaca tomorrow, I'll bring it on track. Look for alpacas on the grandstand by the speed trap. Oh, do it. Everyone will be like, what's this guy doing? If I see, I'll be like, I know what he's doing. Marek, hey Captain, fun story. I had 2 evening Lutons back to back. Same aircraft, same captain, same FO, same ground handling agent. Oh, very cool. Yes, it's a small base. Oh, Luton is. Wait, I don't recognise your name.
First spin at 231, you come
Very
up
cool.
to that side.
122 display, Telecom.
So I should have.
Echo
I
November
think this
Sierra,
controller is
4,
controlling a
5,
huge chunk of airspace. Just having a look at the VATSIM map. So as we get a little bit further close to Oslo, we'll have an approach controller online.
Minimums. Approaching minimums.
Joey Bauer, Bauer, thank you very much for joining as a member, or I think you might have been a member before, but here you are pinging up. Hope you're doing very well, and I hope you're enjoying your time here as well. Thank you very much. Yep, weather in Oslo's very nice. Winds from the north, so we can expect to land on 01 right or left. Cav OK. 9 degrees.
Over to Polaris 120.650 open Tango Alpha, thanks a lot, bye.
Ligger 37 Bravo, contact Polaris 118, that's
86, tack för service, ciao. Ciao.
Oh, Marek, I'm with your colleagues in pink. Ah, very good. I went to undisclosed Polish destination this week, which I might have streamed into for practice recently, and I saw all said Wizz Air A320s parked up in a line. There were 30, 40 of them. I couldn't believe how many there were, and this is to do with the Pratt & Whitney engines, which are they grounded at the moment, the aircraft with these engines? I couldn't believe how many there were. I was thinking, crikey, poor Wizz. I didn't have any time. Oh, maybe, but Merrick, I cannot confirm or deny. I don't have any photos done over 6. I've been training all week. The turnarounds, quite quick turnarounds, are quite intense. You got to watch quite vigilantly. So I literally on the ground is actually where I have the least amount of time available. There wasn't so much whizzing then, no. Yeah, I like flying into Polish airports. It's nice and quiet, straight in. What I really like about line training as well, when you join the airline, there's requirements of certain things you can do which you wouldn't usually do on the line. So, for example, a bleeds off takeoff. Every person training has to do a bleeds off takeoff, which is you wouldn't do one for fun, but you have to do for training. So we did one at a Faro the other day, and I was like, oh, cool, watch this. And we're teaching the sim, so actually to do it on the real aircraft is great. I hadn't done one for years. And they have to do visual approaches. We did a visual approach to Faro as well, to like a 5-mile final, and things that it's great fun showing these people for the first time.
Echo November Sierra via Vexa, ILS.
Actually, thank you very much. Very kind words, and glad you're always learning something as well. Yankee Fox, thank you very much. Just over 2 years as a member now. You have your alpaca badge, sir. Thank you. Adding my congratulations on the new role. Thank you very much. Next stop, G-Pilot. No, I have no intentions. I'm very happy. TRE is my aim, and should hopefully be the case in a few months' time. You've got the experience from Alpaca Airways after all. Absolute best airline. Absolutely. God, it's just frozen wilderness up here, isn't it? Very nice. Where's there 42 Neos grounded right now? Are they getting compensation from Pratt & Whitney? Christ, that's a huge mess. Yeah, I mean, EasyJet, I guess, yeah, they all have leaps, won't they? CFMs, won't they? The Neos. Wonder why they went for Pratt & Whitney and not the CFM. Luke Zupan, yeah, absolutely. I enjoy the flying more now in the sim. So I wouldn't say I do. I miss it. I mean, I'm very fortunate to do my job, but let's say I enjoy the flying more now. Yeah, a small part of me misses it, and I really enjoyed the flying out of different base this week. Seth, have you seen Skytrack's Best Airport 2024 list? I haven't, so I wouldn't have any disagreements. How is that ranked, sort of best service? I guess Singapore, is it Singapore's airport's quite high up, is it? Or Hong Kong's? Is it some one of those airports which has loads to do? Marek, you had an observer flight to Tromsø sometime? Oh, very cool. Only minus 25. Yeah, don't forget that's the total air temperature, so we're going quite quick actually, 7-8, so a bit of ram rise on that temperature, Steve. The actual outside air temperature is minus 50, which is a little bit warmer than ISA. But yeah, that's the difference there is because of air friction. You can see it when you accelerate from 250 to 300 knots, the tap increases quite a bit, 4 or 5 degrees. Seth, yep, proud Singaporean here. We're always up there. Yes, I know the airport is very world renowned. I flew into it years and years ago when I was with my stepbrother. We went out to Indonesia on a sort of a 2 or 3 week sort of miniature backpacking holiday. Ian Changi, that's the new one in Hong Kong, isn't it? The old Kai Tak was a nightmare. Ah, yes. Day off, you should buy the award. Oh dear. I was reading a bit about Formula 1 and the new engines next year and of how they're basically generators to power an electric motor. Oh dear. Bring back the V10s. Yeah, it's all... I understand why the engines have to sort of be very reliable as well, but when they say, oh, it's for green efficiency, cost cutting, I mean, yes. Anyway. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, that air friction can halve the true air temperature. Absolutely. I mean, Concorde, the nose is 120, 130 degrees. Whole aircraft stretched. Hans, need to leave now. Early departure to the track, but look out for an alpaca at one of the grandstands. Hans, I genuinely will. I genuinely will. If anyone sees an alpaca watching Sky or any other live channel for Formula 1, ping me. I'll be curious. I'll be watching live. I think coverage starts from... Well, the race starts at 8, doesn't it? 8 British summer time. Yeah, I enjoy watching the races live. I'll probably fall asleep when Max inevitably wins. Well, didn't Max win the sprint? He overtook Lewis and it was by 10 seconds. 10 seconds after like about 10 laps. Second a lap on top. It's crazy. So yes, and he qualified 18th, didn't he? Whoops.
Thank you, for sure.
10%, not far away. 265 miles. Right, to be honest, what an amazing story is from teaching how to operate 737 on the sim to teaching on the line flying. Congratulations, all the best. Well, very kind, thank you, thank you. Almighty Snug, prefer watching endurance anyway, but the recent crop of hypercars are absolutely amazing. Yeah, these hypercars and the stuff going around in Le Mans, absolutely balmy, isn't it? Why is everyone's going to Formula 1 races trying to fashion an alpaca banner? Brilliant. Victor, I only watched the Australian GP because Verstappen retired early. Yeah, I mean, no discredit to Max, he's a phenomenal driver, wet and dry, and the team have built an amazing car. But yeah, all the fun is the mid-grid. If you just took Max out, because no discredit to Perez, he's racing with the rest of the pack, isn't he? It would make it more exciting for the win. Flying Warner, I hope you're doing well. Sasha, thanks for the 14 months as a member. I'm off to walk an alpaca in July for my birthday. Superb. What's that? Was that inspired by alpaca eyes at all? I went alpaca walking once. Great fun. Ah, Hans, yeah, come over to Discord again. Come get it working as you are a member. You're missing out the main part of being a member, which is the Discord server. Thanks, Hans. And enjoy your evening. Enjoy the race tomorrow. I'm thinking of blowing the dust off the second channel, Airline Pilot Plays, old Flight Deck Sim gaming channel, just for a bit of fun.
Polaris said good afternoon, walk B465, flight level 290.
Almighty Snark, yeah, I mean, a number of members do a lot of sim racing. We, for those of you who don't know about my second channel, Flight Deck Sim Gaming, most of the content is sim racing with some of the other members.
When ready
I remember 2 tons. Yeah, I was just thinking about that right now. When it was COVID lockdown, we were all stuck at home. We had an Alpaca GT series races, didn't we? And we were like 15, 20 people taking part. Yeah, when was my last stream on that channel? I think it was probably, I dare say, about a year ago. 9 months. 9 months. Flipping it. My last 5 streams all done in the last 2 years. Hey Cat, hope you're doing well. Play Tramsim Veen. Is it? Yeah. I mean, isn't there like a new train sim out now since I've last streamed as well? The ETS2 streams were good fun. Yeah, I know. I mean, I've probably got that save file somewhere. I remember that time when I rolled the whole lorry. Steve, 9 months. Oh, brilliant. Look at, yeah, pregnant pause. Brilliant. Oh dear, oh dear. There's the coast. Was that the coast you can just see? It's a bit too hazy, I think. Lovely with the sun there. MH, do you have random failures enabled? Not at the moment. Usually, I have them on like the just standard one. But if I've got a scenery I want to showcase, so Aerosoft sent me this today, I will turn it off because we do sort of need to get there. 2 times now. If me and Toby can get you into farming simulators. Oh, that's gotten a bit of a cult following, hasn't it? Like I was looking on Steam, the amount of people that play that, and on Gamescast was huge. It's a bit like ETS2, really. I mean, that has a huge amount of people playing it. Those flaps are very clean, yeah. Not enough oil and grease protruding from them. Superb. Oh, bit of a stutter.
Ship 105,
Oh yeah, they've got a little pressure hole. That's pretty cool. Tito's a complete alpaca logistics domination, sim, farm, train, truck, plane world. I can remember we did a combined stream, didn't we, with the Ini-Builds Beluga and ETS2, didn't we? Hi Seth, hey Captain, do you happen to know if you're flying long haul and the destination meta means you wouldn't be able to land? Would it still stop your departure if it was going to take you 12 plus hours to arrive? So yeah, if the weather, at my operation, if the weather's below minimums and it's unlikely to improve, and usually that's with visibility, with wind it can sort of change as with thunderstorms. You liaise with operations. Now when it comes to super long haul flights, now you know we had that awful weather in Dubai a few days ago and last week. Well no, it was a few days ago, wasn't it? How those guys work I don't know, because obviously in Emirates in Dubai, that's a mega airport, so how do they decide how much extra fuel and where to go in those sort of situations? I don't know. I mean, I saw a video of the storms and over Dubai, it was like constant lightning. It didn't stop. There's no way you... It's a stutter, isn't it? I wouldn't want to put an aeroplane near there, but set my operator, my destination's below minimums and it's unlikely to improve. I'll ring operations and tell them, and they're usually very much on the ball, especially if it's a larger airport, and you sort of discuss options. It's very rare that you'll actually not depart. So I happened to me in the beginning of last year when I last diverted. My destination was Cat 1 only. They had Cat 3, but the Cat 3 was in op, so to do with the lights as well. It was Cat 1 only, and the forecast all day was an RVR of 100 meters, cloud base like 0. So I rang up and I said, look, yeah, and they were like, yeah, we're well aware of the weather. Look, take as much fuel as you need. Hold. If you can't get in, go to. If you can, they won't tell you where to go because it's hard. It's our decision. And they said if you can, appreciate if you go to our commercial alternate. So yeah, no problem. We'll let you know. And we got there in the hold. No way the weather was going to improve. I needed 550 meters. It was like 100 meters RVR and not improving. It was actually getting worse. So yeah, we actually rang up the company. We've now got A cars, but before then we didn't. So I rang them up via the handling frequency and got a relay, and they said, yeah, you can go to XYZ, and it was very well organised. So by the time we actually diverted and landed, the buses to take the passengers to their destination were there, and the passengers for the return sector were already halfway to the airport. So by the time we landed, we took off again within an hour, and so the flight was barely delayed because the alternate was a Cat 3, and it wasn't that far away.
Ready to send level 120, BT1 Quebec arrival for RMP Zulu 06 in...
Craig, will a Combine Harvester fit in a Beluga? Probably. Have to take its whatever it's called at the front of the Combine off, put it so it's towing it.
Contact lines approach 118.
Yeah, I saw some of those videos, Steve. Crazy. That's number 8 Alpaca Airways from Best Airline. It's a scam track. Is it called scam tracks? I don't know. For mixed passenger animals, brilliant. Yeah, the videos in Dubai were crazy. Well, I've not heard much from the controller since we got to 36,000 feet. I've been listening out for Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, but nothing yet.
Polaris Control, Belavia 273, climb site level 180.
Perfect. Thanks, Barrett. Hope you're doing well. Nice to see you here. Harold says XYZ. Where's that? What airport's that? I don't even know where XYZ is. Is that actually an airport?
Say again?
No. Anyway, there's our progress. Chickasaw soon. And I wouldn't know what this part of the Norway is, these mountains. But we'll be crossing them soon. I think you can just about see them in the distance. Oh yes, cloud seeding, yes. Well, that's where they manipulate the atmosphere to make rain, but this was, yes, they've said it's not due to cloud seeding, haven't they? Jay Dog, you're in Dubai, I guess. The staff of my local shops were stuck sleeping in the store for 2 nights, unable to get home. Crazy. Yeah, I saw a lot of problems with people getting stuck, and I think it was pandemonium at the airport, wasn't it? FPT Captain, do you usually look to request visuals if the airport is quiet and conditions are good, or is it always preferable to fly an instrument approach if available? No, it's preferable to fly visual if the airport is quiet, so you wouldn't get a visual, say, in any London airport. But if the weather forecast is good, so Cav OK, winds are light, and there's nothing precluding you from flying a visual, then yeah, in the cruise we discuss it in the planning stage. My operator requires specific briefing for a visual, so if we're planning an ILS and an AC say, do you want to fly a visual, we have to actually deny it until we've done a detailed briefing about it. But yeah, I flew a visual into Faro a few days ago to a 6-mile final. The problem with Faro for visual approaches, they don't let you descend below 2,000 feet until you're established on the runway centre line, so you sort of have to fly into a 6-mile final there, which puts you at 2,000. 4 miles you want to be below 2,000, you'll be too high. But some airports, yeah, visual approach, we can do a visual approach so long as we don't fly within 4 miles finals. We do it, the shortest we can do is to a 4-mile final.
After OBT, direct to Lapel, Scandinavia 1326.
Alright, you actually re-inspired me to pursue your PPL. The aviation bug hit me again and can't stop flying the Vision Jet and Microsoft Flight Simulator. Very cool. Well, best of luck if you decide to continue your private pilot's license. Luke, I'm at 38,000 feet, right between MMO and VMO. Don't you mean your minimum manoeuvre speed, maybe? MMO is maximum MAC and VMO is your maximum indicated. Barrett says, can you explain the difference in ILS RNAC? Do you mean RNAV, I guess? C is next to V. And the localizer approach, kind of confused by the explanation. So yes, I mean, they're all different types of approaches, and ILS is an approach with what we call a localizer and a glide slope beam, which is fired out, which the aircraft can track and follow, and it gives you deviation from the vertical profile via a glide slope and the lateral profile via localizer. A localizer only is that with an approach without the glide slope, so you've got the left and right deviation but not the vertical. So you plan your vertical. On the F737 we can use VNAV, programmed glide path, or you can use vertical speed and set your own rate of descent. An RNAV approach is an approach in the FMC database, and it's based off the aircraft's GPS, which provides, and also other systems which provide a very accurate position of where the aircraft is.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. J-Dog, what is the blue dotted line on your ND? Looks like a go-around routing, but it's a bit long for that. Good question, actually. If it's the missed approach, it should be magenta. Why it's blue dashed, I don't know. I think it's probably to do with the missed approach, not sure. Victor, have I had a TCAS RA? I have had a TCAS RA 1 in 2002 or 3 years ago. Anyone has to guess what country?
I've provided
there is any colleagues of mine here, or allied pilots in Europe. Yes, it was a bit of a bit of a mess up from ATC, but we complied with the RA. All was good. VADA report investigation found that controllers were at fault, and that was it. Yep, well done, Cat. Don't know most in it. You got it.
Minimums.
I did, yeah, I've told the story on a stream before. It was in Spain, Yeah, we were told to turn left, then turn right, and then we were told to climb and descend, and it was just a mess. And then we got the RA, complied with the RA, and what we do, we tell air traffic control, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, TCAS RA, and this controller continued to give us instructions to climb and descend, which they shouldn't. TCAS RA is you follow the guidance from the aircraft. One aircraft is told to climb by the TCAS system, the other conflicting traffic is told to descend, and vice versa. So 3 times, and no disrespect to the special controllers, some really good ones there, but 3 times I had to tell the controller unable TCAS R8. So I said TCAS R8, they gave us instruction to climb, unable TCAS R8. We got another instruction to climb, unable TCAS R8. The 3rd time we were given the instruction, I actually had to go a bit non-standard. I said, please listen carefully, unable TCAS R8, and then they went, oh sorry. and it was just, I put all this in the report and it was investigated, and then it was taken up by, is it AENA, the Spanish authorities that pulled the tape? So yeah. So and we were visual with this other traffic. The minimum clearance was 600 feet. So they weren't directly over below us. We were above it. We were told to climb. They were told to descend. But it was 600 feet vertically and horizontally about under half a mile. So yeah, So that was awful. Richard, you've had 4. No, I've only had 1. I've had loads of TAs. Every day, but RA, just the one. Anyway, Barrett, welcome aboard as a member, buddy. Hope you're doing well, and thanks for taking part in the stream lots as well. I hope you found find the Discord useful server, and I see you want to do your PPL. So yeah, we're all there to help you, and thank you very much for your support. Now approaching Tucson, some traffic behind us. Same level. Very nice. There's the coast, North Sea over there. Yeah, shame I didn't take part across the pond today. But yeah, I would have been flagging by the end of it, having just spent the last 5 days, and I flew a lot of hours, 29 hours in 5 days.
Good evening,
very intensive as well, sectors. Beautiful. Yeah, Polaris, they're They're covering a huge area of airspace.
Scanner 4417, Polaris, good evening.
I think I can hear where they are. You can hear people talking in the background. Someone mentioned they're all in a room somewhere. It's pretty cool.
Scanner 1326,
Oliver Osborne, what helped you in your airline interview? The 3 Ps, preparation, preparation, preparation. Asked me a lot of questions about the airline itself. I mean, this was, bear in mind, this was nearly 13 years ago. About the operation, some ATPL questions, which I probably would struggle to answer now. Experience. What can you bring to the airline? Yeah, it was 2 stages: sim and HR and tech. I've had lots of interviews in my operator. I've had one for SFI, one for command upgrade, one for TRE, one for LTC. Yeah. All internal. So I shouldn't, hopefully, touch wood, have to have any more because I've already passed my TRE interview. So that should be it now. Should be it.
And depart Mocab 1 Bravo, version 412 heavy.
Very forward to way back correct.
I haven't done a longer sector for a while. Usually I like to do sectors around an hour. If I'm doing a 2 sector day, usually under an hour for each sector. This is about an hour 40. I haven't done a long flight like this for a while. But it's great because
When ready to send
sort of interact with you guys a bit more.
120, and which arrival do we expect?
Victor's across the pond event twice a year. Yes, I'll do westbound now and eastbound in 6 months' time.
They will ready to send 120 by
all good, thanks.
2 mics arrival, Eurowings 350 Tango.
Very happy where I am now.
And Scanner 65 Juliet, contact Polaris 118 Decimal 8.
Which problem? Real life Challenger 300, busy VFR airspace between Palm Springs and LA. Lots of VFR traffic, not talking to ATC with 500 separation. Lovely!
Polaris Windows 520 mic,
well, interviews always make me nervous. Absolutely, it's natural, and I was nervous for all my interviews. Normal. Are you able to divulge what sort of questions are asked in the TRE interview? Yeah, I mean, it was sort of the role of TRE, the role as LTC as well. Sort of the training process, what I'm going to have to do. So it proves that I've looked at one of the training manual, knowledge on that. I had to do a 15-minute presentation as well. I used PowerPoint, and I did mine on the airline industry grading system, which is used by all airlines. Something called core competency grading. I don't know if anyone's heard of core competency grading before. If you type in Google core competency grading, you'll see what it's all about. Used by all airlines, sort of backed by ICAO, and how to grade word picture grading and what we look at. Some technical questions all in relation to the 737, some procedural stuff as well. Sort of training, sort of in relation to training. So they sort of said, look, I'm a cadet, how would you teach me how to do a crosswind takeoff? So I explained how to do a crosswind takeoff and things like that. Yeah, it was a very all interviews of my operator are done to relax you, sit down, and, a bit of a chit chat first before they start the interview. It's quite, I'd say it's quite informal. But yeah, it's absolutely normal to be apprehensive and nervous for an interview, especially when you're being tested by your colleagues, and you all have a shared interest. But yeah, it's all been successful. Gary Field, welcome aboard as a member, buddy. Glad you enjoyed the content. Get invited to our members only Discord. Hope you enjoy using the customer notification chat. Hope you have a great weekend, sir. Thank you. Oliver, is it often you fly with FO you've already flown with before? Yeah, it depends on the size of the base. So larger bases, less likely. Smaller bases, you are. But yeah, I've flown with the same person several times. Saw several people multiple times. Nervous is good, it makes you think quicker. Yeah, yeah, and it's to do with stress. A little bit of stress is actually good for your cognitive thinking. If you're not stressed and you actually you're not doing much, you're actually demotivated. So a little bit of stress is actually quite motivating. Quite right. Do they bring their biscuits in, Cap? Brilliant. PMDG or Zebo more accurate? They're both excellent. The PMDG, in fact, today has been fantastic. And the Zebo, again, everyone knows why I prefer explaining the mod for handling, and why I prefer PMDG for sort of the visuals and stability. You know, if you want an aircraft that handles accurately, I'd recommend the Zebo. The PMDG is not bad for the average user, completely acceptable. But things like crosswind takeoffs and crosswind landings, I just feel very unnatural to me in the PMDG. Their aircraft in the sim. But I think overall, and I've said this multiple times, Microsoft Flight Simulator offers the better package if you want everything. The great thing is I don't have to worry about Ortho. The scenery is so easy to install. The aircraft are easy to install. It's quite nice to use.
Iberia 245, good evening, Polaris Control.
James exactly as I was saying in Discord, more right rudder. Well, in that case, the Zebo mod, no, that wasn't behaving very well. But I think they've since fixed, Zevo's since fixed the rudder authority. Yes. It's like 20 knot cross at full right rudder and it would not go right. Simon, have you ever had to fly the plane with no AC power in the sim? Now, yeah, during the type rating it's demonstrated total loss of AC power, but you don't actually have to land off it because it is extremely challenging. Now, I have done it in the sim for a bit of fun during the command upgrade, just to sort of just do it, and it is doable. I don't know what I'd prefer, total loss of AC power or loss of all hydraulics. I think I'd prefer total loss of AC power because manual reversion is physically exhausting, whereas total loss of AC power, you still have engine driven hydraulic pumps available. Steve, that's worthwhile noting as well. Yes, you can actually see what you're doing in Microsoft Flight Simulator, as opposed to X-Plane. Ever since X-Plane 12's come out, the cockpits and all add-ons are incredibly dark, which is a shame. Anyway, should we start setting up? 80 miles from top of descent. $250 below 10,000 feet. Let's fetch the winds via data link. I think I can get the D-Atis actually. If
18.6, Eurings 350 Tango, good day.
Atis from VATSIM, yeah, there we are. So, arrivals, one left and one right. You can expect approach onto 01 right or 01 left. I anticipate 01, actually 01 right, if we're coming in from the east. Yeah, I'll plan 01 right, I don't know what I put in the FMC. Let's load the winds in first. QNH is 1027. High pressure, that's why it's so lovely. And I've got the charts still up before you start telling me in chats. Charts, I do often forget though. Yeah, let's just change this over to 1. Oh, I have already 01 right, perfect. So winds from the north. Flight level 80. Cav OK, 8 degrees. Oh, hold on, I misread the QNH, 1017. Oops. Fixed rings then. You know I all love my fixed rings. So 01 right. 10. And 4 mile ring. 3 times that height. So we're currently at 36,000 feet. So 108 miles is roughly where we're going to start out top of descent. Let's have a look at the start out. MH, Microsoft Flight Sim is for Xbox gamers. No, I disagree with that. I think the simulation of commercial airlines is actually pretty good, with the graphics as well. The handling on takeoff and landing is a little bit more arcadey, I'd say, but it's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. Sort of the inputs I make when flying the PMDG, the aircraft responds as I expect, similar to the real one. So as long as the devs make an effort, and I know some have external models, don't they? But yeah, I quite like it. Right, I was going to say arrival, the in Rex 4 Lima, that's it. So starting at INREX, max speed 250, that's in the FMC, and then it's SUSIB 250, GM 457 250, and a below 120, and this is hard at flight level 90. So this restriction here is great because it's again this RNAV ARC. This is very common in a lot of European airports now. So basically it sticks you at 90 and you maintain flight level 90 as you go around the arc. Look, 90, 90, 220 knots, and whenever ATC is ready, they'll just peel you off towards INSUV, and you're at the right height for a straight-in approach. So this is becoming more and more common in Europe, so we don't have to worry really about the potential of a shortcut and a high-energy approach, because this 90 at Golf Mike 401 will cater for that. So that takes us all the way round, which I don't expect to fly all of. Depends how busy it is. But you can see it's all coded. Stepping through until we get to INSUV. INSUV will hold at or above 5,000 feet. Max 220. Again, that's all coded correctly. ILS 01 right.
Polaris control version 412 heavy, just finished the push and start. Can we enter by...
There it is via INSUV. After INSUV we can step down to 4,000 feet at Nosler, max 200 knots. Just checks, passing the final approach fix, which is at Zemen, 8.9 miles, at 3,500, checks in the FMC. 3 degree ILS, because PMDG, they do, well, they were coding glide path angles, there don't seem to be anymore, so no glide path angle there, unfortunately. We'll go down the ILS and set the frequencies courses minimum, 195.
Scanner 4487, taxi, holding point,
ILS is active, we'll put Gardermoen on standby, 1595.
Scanner 4587.
There we are. Final approach course is 012.
Alpaca 20 Lima, contact Polaris 118875, bye bye.
118875, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, bye. 118875. Get rid of the charts for a second. Just check in with Polaris. Polaris, hello, it's Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, maintaining flight level 3602 Abuno.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, Polaris control cleared. Direct SUSIB, join INREX for Lima arrival. When ready, descend flight level 120.
So when ready, descend flight level 120, and we'll now route to SUSIB for the INREX for Lima, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So that's a nice shortcut already on the arrival to SU6. And when ready, descend flight level 120. So we'll preset 120 in the MCP. Perfect. So VNAV will automatically descend. Right, back onto the ILS. Frequencies, courses, minimums. ILS Cat 1 then. 871 feet, which is 200 feet HL.
On conversion, speed 290 knots or greater.
On conversion, 290 knots or greater, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So when ATC say on conversion, remember we initially descended a Mach number, so 78, which is our cruise Mach number. As you maintain a fixed Mach number in descent, your indicated airspeed will increase, and when it reaches 290 knots, it will no longer pitch for the Mach, it will start pitching for an indicated airspeed of 290, which I've inserted now into the FMC, so VNAV can program or reprogram its top of descent point. 871 feet was the minimums. Good, RVR required 550 metres, cav okay, it's a really nice day. So, all the terrain is to the northwest, 3,900, so we'll keep to the east if there are any problems. And if I have to go around and push toga once, we'll go around flat 15, set ground thrust, pause radar climb, gear up 400 feet, heading select. We'll climb on track 012, actually we'll go LNAV, look, to 2.5 miles. So we've got 12 alpha for that, 2.6. Then a right turn tracking 048 to 4,000 feet, then vectors. So that's all coded in the FMC. Wonderful, wonderful. High intensity approach lies Pappy's left. Let's have a look at the runway then. 01 right, lovely long runway, 3,000 metres. We'll plan to vacate at Bravo 6. Let's have a look at the performance.
Scan 231, I have a lower for you shortly.
So, great, you put all the data in, it knows all the slopes, fantastic. Look at this, import for aircraft details. That takes your actual landing weight, which is really good. Let's try auto brake 3 with reverse. Import weather, calculate. So that says 1627 metres, that is unfactored. So yeah, that's That's easily Bravo 5, Bravo 6. So we'll go with that one. Brake cooling won't be an issue with this temperature and weight.
And wind is 303 degrees.
So
320 degrees, 5 knots.
3.6. We currently have 4.3. We're going to burn 700 kilos of fuel before we land. So our landing weight is going to be 61.8. Flap 30.
Oslo Centre, Alpaca 1977.
And taxi, you can watch me get lost from Bravo 6 and taxi on to Lake. It's going to be busy there.
Cleared direct to SIP, join in
Very good.
for Lima arrival.
Sorry, I didn't finish setting the course. Well done. Spotting
Cleared,
that. 012. That's important, otherwise it won't capture properly.
Alpaca 1977, clear direct to SIP, join in for Lima arrival.
Clear direct to SIP, INRIX for Lima arrival. Alpaca.
Thanks for that, Brian Parker.
Canadian 231, descend flight over
Steve, can't imagine trying to land the PMDG with a crosswind the Xbox controller. Yes, that would be. I think the only people capable of that are the next generation of 15, 16-year-olds. Probably do a better job than me with a controller.
Control caution similar for calls on frequency.
Luke, yeah, no CDA. So CDAs are generally only monitored below 6,000 feet anyway. So when you level off at 90, it's not really an issue. Most airports in the UK, at least, they only monitor CDA below 6,000. So the level segments for these point merge arrivals aren't an issue. So who trains the training captain? Oh, training captain, but then who trains the training captain? As the joke goes.
Number 231.
The director on 136.4.
Good, approaching top of descent. So in VNAV path, it will descend automatically. What was the ATIS from the text? Information Papa. Looks fantastic. So good. Now, who's seen that any builds aircraft that's been released? That Dornier hoverjet. I didn't even realise that was a thing. Well, I think I'd seen a video about it years ago, but yeah, maybe I could have a look into that. Could be good fun. One of these local legends, as they call it.
Control 120.650.
Oh yes, angular bank selector. Very good. I thought I had that set to 10. It's 15. There we are. So we'll let VNAV do its thing at top of descent, and we'll go from there. Well, Marty Stark, Derail Valley is a good sim when it comes to trains. I love just wobbling around in VR pretending I'm a train driver. Yeah, one of the mods, Finn, played that game during lockdown quite a bit. Yeah, I see City Skylines 2, that's had some fixes. I think the devs, haven't they recently apologised because they tried to push out some DLC which was rubbish, which is basically asset packs. Because the City Skyline 1, the OG, was amazing, and I bought 2, and I didn't get on with it, but I think there's improvements coming. And how do you decide if you need training?
Contact Polaris Control 120.650.
There we are, top of descent, ladies and gentlemen. Down we go. I love that bass in the PMDG. That's really good. Turn up the simp slightly. I'll get my flight recorder on the background now. I won't start it though.
Control. Clear direct to SIP, join INRIX for Lima arrival.
Clear direct INRIX for the INRIX for Lima arrival.
If you can find it.
Charlie.
There it is.
Alpaca 6 Charlie, clear direct to SIP.
Sorry, could you direct CSIB Packer 6?
Harold, I have 100 hours in CS1. I
Packer 1977, when ready,
have
descent level 120 on conversion
10 in...
speed
Is that
280
Counter-Strike, Harold? Apex Legends I got really into. I haven't played that for years now.
Alpaca 1977, ascend flight level, say again flight level, speed, on conversion.
James is the captain. Line check for
Packer
another
1977, when ready,
LTC.
descent
Who's
level
PIC? It's not the
Ascend
LTC
flight
unless he
level
takes
120
control.
when ready, Alpaca 197.
Oh, City Skylines, sorry. Yes, sorry. But I think CS, they often CS Counter-Strike, isn't it? In the gaming world.
Station calling, calls on there.
Hey, Pastor Escobar, you've talked about active sky. I've tried it, noticed difference in mountain wave and clear turbulence, and felt the crosswind approach worth a try. Okay. Well, I appreciate your input with your experience as well. Yeah, I'll have a little read into it.
Clear the Adobe 3 Lima arrival, when ready, descend flight level 120.
25 degrees for the bank angle.
Clear Adobe 3 Lima arrival, when ready, descend flight level.
Keep forgetting I've got all the charts here, so instead of me flashing up Navigaph, I can just show you here.
When ready, descend flight level 120.
Sorry, when ready, descend flight level 120.
So, where's charts?
Claimant 286,
So
when
many.
ready, descend
Rex
flight
4
level
Lima, so
120.
we'll pin that. Approach ILS 1 right. Perfect, that'll do. Pinned. Oh, where's the approach I just pinned? Oh, you actually have to press approach. Got it.
749 Polaris Control, clear direct to Roxim to join the Repam 3 Lima arrival, when ready, descend flight level 160.
So currently inbound to Susib, which is here. It's not to scale.
749 clear direct to Roxim.
Yes, the descent in the PMDG is somewhat interesting. 290 knots and only 1900 feet per minute. Should be a little steeper than that with idle thrust. But then someone was explaining to me the PMDG VNAV logic is not like my operators.
Polaris Control, Nordic 535, maintaining flight level 360 inbound Abu.
Nordic 530 Mike, Polaris Control, clear direct to Susib, join Inrex 4 Lima arrival.
Direct Susib, expect Inrex.
Good, so VNAV's working on getting us at 120 below at 457. That's what the path's based off. And 290 knots is the target descent speed.
Mr. 2848 Polaris Control, descend flight level 120, clear the Seba 4 Lima arrival. Alpine 6 Tango Mike, contact Polaris Control.
Steve watched a good comparison video of active sky earlier. Must admit I'll be waiting until 2024, as to me the Sims weather, cloud coverage and depth are more accurate. Oh, interesting. I think there's been a lot of differing views. I've not really looked into it, if I'm honest, been too busy, but maybe I'll have a little read. See some videos on YouTube already up about it.
Alpaca 1977, how many miles until your top of descent?
Uh-oh, he passed it.
5 miles, Alpaca 1977 for top.
Thank you. Break. Wizz Air 2848, contact Oslo approach 120, decimal 450.
Perfect.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, when ready, descend flight
Busy.
120, on conversion speed 280.
Ready to descend flight level 120 on conversion speed. Can you repeat conversion speed, please, for Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie?
On conversion speed 280.
On conversion 280, Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
Canadian 287, contact Polaris Control 120, decimal 650.
I think Polaris is such a cool ATC centre name, isn't it? Polaris. Nadki, you talked about the deadband during rotation. Is it a hard rotation, hard stop rotation, or is it smoother rotation? Smoother, slower stop rotation. I think you're overthinking it there, Nadki. It's basically that the input on the control column doesn't really change. It's still the same. What happens is, try not to disconnect the autopilot here. If I just pitch back, say I started rotating, that was the amount of back pressure needed. If I left it there, the aircraft would stop rotating at the deadband. You have to then increase back pressure again to maintain a continuous rotation rate up to 15 degrees. So it's like a two-stage rotation. So you don't sort of start. Yeah, a larger input's required to unstick to get it to start rotating. So you pull back to unstick it, and then you usually release a tiny bit of back pressure to keep the rate as it is, and then you get to deadband, increase the back pressure. But you're constantly changing your back pressure in the real aircraft. In the PMDG, it's sort of but it's not bad. But you have to constantly modulate the back pressure. Obviously, aileron input to keep the wings level, and it's like a simultaneous thing, keeping it on the centre line with the rudders. So yeah, it's like a one to get it unsticked, another one to get through the deadband. The idea is we maintain 2 to 2.5 degrees per second up to 15 degrees. The whole thing should take around 8 to 10 seconds. Joey, I had no idea you could link Discord with YouTube. Took me longer than I'm willing to admit trying to figure out how to jump in the Discord. Very good, Joey. Well, if there's any I've got a number of members who are not in this Discord server. So yeah, absolutely, Discord YouTube synchronization is a must. I'm just going to ask ATC if they want us to reduce speed. It was 290 on conversion. 250 is the speed restriction at SUSIB.
This is about 180 and on conversion 280 for Nordic partial Mike.
When ready, descend
super busy, so I'm trying to get at nudging.
120 Nordic partial Mike.
Alpaca 20 Lima, report ascent speed to Oslo approach 120.450.
120.450 Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Just do you want me to maintain 290 or reduce 250 for SUSIB?
Assign speed.
We'll go Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, bye. Perfect, so what we're going to do is just go level change, 290, because he said assign speeds. So that means I can disregard the SUSIB restriction. So what I'll do is go to delete, execute, and VNAV will rebuild my profile, so I can go VNAV now. VNAV will now command 1,000 feet per minute to recapture the path and accelerate with thrust to 290 knots. That's very good by PMDG and very accurately.
Oslo Director 136.4 for Scandinavian 952, so long.
Seatbelt will pull on now. Oops. That's perfect. Very, very good. Oslo approach, hello, it's Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, descending flight level 120, inbound Golf Mike 457, sign speed 290 knots, information, Papa 1017, 738.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, Oslo approach, descend via star, flight level 90, Sierra.
Send via star to flight level 90, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So 90 set. And yeah, that's all the way to. So VNAV's now going to concentrate on the 120 below at Golf Mike 457 and flight level 90 Golf Mike 401. So what else I'm going to do? I'm going to delete this restriction for 250, put the 120 below back in, execute. And that way, its next reduction of speed is going to be 250 below 100. Mason, thanks for the 29 months, buddy. Long time no see, taking punt across the pond from Schiphol to Bogota. Yesterday I submitted my final year project for uni, so I should have more free time. Very cool, mate. Listen, I hope everything goes well with your project, and thanks for popping in. Well, the snow is gone. And we're joining the point merge arrival. Yeah, this is very good by PMDG. Very nice.
Flight level 100.
Descending 100, and I have Oscar.
Canada 65 Juliet, turn left, heading 110.
Left 110, 65 Juliet.
Cool.
Thanks for flying, bye bye.
The river looks a bit. No, it's not using. It's using default. It's looking like default scenery. It's good. Vector Zero level up. I've not flown level up in since it was released. Can't tell you.
Flight level 100.
Descend via star, flight level 100. Canadian 656.
Scandinavian 65 Juliet. Contact the director 136.4. Call sign only.
I'm not going to director.
Call sign only 136.4. Bye.
Oslo approach, Alpaca 1277 with you, speed 280, descending, passing 220 for flight level 1.
Alpaca 1977, Oslo approach.
Do VATSIM controllers have like a mode S, like we have mode S transponder? Can they see what we got set on our MCP?
Continue descent
Was
to
it not
flight
that
level
clever?
100, Alpaca 12.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, speed 280 knots.
Reduce speed to 80 knots, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Just going to go level change 280, and we'll update that in the FMC.
Alpaca 6, Delta Charlie, sending flight level 120.
Pretty much the same path.
On conversion.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, Oslo approach, good evening.
VNAV.
270 knots. Descent via star, flight level 110.
Hi Steve, it was a rush to get back. I just made a coffee with cold water. Forgot to turn on the damn kettle. I've done that. It's horrible. You sip it, it's like, oh, we usually pick up the mug and you realise. You think, what an idiot. I've done that.
Oslo director, constant only 136.4.
Cool. So Oslo should be over there somewhere.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, speed 2.
It's a bit hazy. Yeah, I think that's the airport.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, speed 250 knots.
Joey, that's wild. Had no idea controllers would be able to see what's on the MCP. Is that across any ATC in real life? Yeah, so long as the aircraft has mode Sierra, they can see exactly what you've got set on the MCP and your indicator speed.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
There's Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie. I don't know if he's listening to the stream.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, go ahead.
Ah, there he is.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, speed 250 knots.
Speed 250 knots, Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
Alpaca 1977, speed 250 knots.
Perfect. So VNAV's put us below 120 because it's concentrating on the 90 restriction.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, speed 250 knots.
Reducing speed 250 knots, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So straight away level change is great, so we'll pitch immediately for that speed. And let's see where that puts us on our path.
246.
So aircraft almost levels off. This is good behaviour, level change. Just to get the speed back to 250. Yeah, I have to say the autopilot, the way the autopilot flies the aircraft in the PMDG, I'm going to say it, I think it's a bit better than the Zebo. I think the Zebos can be a bit aggressive in level change when changing speeds. I have to say the behaviour of this is very, very good. In fact, it's I would say it's almost perfect. The way the autopilot is changing and pitching and the way it's just doing a shallow rate of descent now, I think is very, very good. VNAV.
240.
So be careful in VNAV path because it will prioritise the path and not the speed now, so it could trickle a bit too fast.
Maintaining 240.
Alpaca 1977, descent flexible 90.
Descend flight level 90, Alpaca 19.
Very good. Well, the ATC's been fantastic so far as well. So I guess that's a bit of an ortho thing with Bing maps.
0749er. Contact
Very
Oslo
scenic.
director 136.4.
136.4.
Right, I'll start the flight recorder. Recorder's on, one to go.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, descent.
And that 90 restriction is looking perfect by VNAV, very good. Right, post cruise checks, fuel 4 pumps, lights on. Angular bank, 25, pressurization 3.0 set, seatbelts on, recall. Jim, you can have your VSD on. There you go, checks complete. Hello from Jamaica, Deschamps Brown. Hope you're doing very well, sir.
Top Sky 737. So,
yeah, the PMDG's been updated. There's a couple of updates since I've flown it. It's been really good today. Really, really good. Oh, this blue thing is the position of my thrust levers. I've had that on. It's not part of the real aircraft, obviously, because the thrust always matches the real gauge setting. But I've turned that on. I quite like that feature. Cool. So yeah, this is 90. This is the point merge arrival. So we just maintain 90 and we're peeled off by ATC when we're ready. If it's busy, we end up at INSUV in the hold.
departure. Good evening, Scandinavian 2GS, Mike, currently 3,500 feet, climbing 7,000.
Very nice.
Scandinavian 2 Juliet Mike, Oslo approach, identity.
Joe Crispy complimented the PMDG. Why does everyone think I don't? Someone got very upset last stream about it in the comments section. I said, well, when have I actually said the
Direct,
PMDG
give
is
me
not as good
and
as
flight
the
over
Evo?
210
I've said it
for Scandinavian
many times.
2GS, Mike.
It's really good. I've said that every time. Just the handling elements. I prefer X-Plane in the mod, but the autopilot I think is now fantastic. Really, really good. Exactly, Steve. That's the primary reason I use it. It's nice to see where the thrust is when you disconnect. Did they fix the wall flex? I think it's pretty static. When it came out, it used to jiggle up and down, didn't it? Yeah,
Hello, Oslo approach. Scandinavian 439, parking 2,500 for 7,000.
Good, so approaching the arrival. We're told to maintain 250, but again, I'm going to reduce 220 as per the arrival now.
210 Scandinavian 439.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, speed 220 knots.
Reducing now 220 knots, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Peter, why when changing speed on a VNAV descent do you change it to level change rather than using speed intervene? Great question, and that's to do with common VNAV, Peter. If you're on your path and you open the speed window, it stays in path now if you're on path. So if you reduce your speed, it won't actually, if you're descending with idle thrust, reduce thrust to control your speed. So if you're on path, level change is the only way to reduce your speed if you want to whilst descending. I hope that makes sense, Peter Twin. Again, that's to do with the VNAV logic change that happened about 3 or 4 years ago, which is modelled both in the mod and the PMDG.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, contact director 136.4.
136.4, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Thanks, great to see you, sir. Bye-bye.
Alpaca 1-liners.
4,000, clear tower 01, right.
Gearing 191 Papa, diesel 5,000 feet, we have Alpaca.
Is it call sign only? No, I think so. So look, you see there's traffic on the point. Well, he's 1,000 feet above me, but...
Gearing 191 Papa, my mistake. Clear Dallas, runway 01 right, runway 01 right.
01 right, you're 191 Papa.
Ever, hope you're able to change.
Yeah, we can change it anytime, 191 Papa.
Thank you. Gamma 965 Juliet, contact tower 118.3. Bye-bye. 118.3, bye-bye, thank you.
Pre-tuning all these frequencies.
Christian 73 Whiskey, turn right heading 290.
Right,
these frequencies are all as per the real world as well, it's really good. Oslo Director, hello, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, Director, good evening, landing 01 left.
01 left, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Don't. Still varying, so it's still the same point merge, except we're going to route direct to the other points. So I'm just going to quickly switch over the chart. We could have done a sidestep, could have requested it, but probably could have caused issues. So ILS on left, so it's now 110.3. Because I came from the east, I presumed right, but you should never presume in aviation. So frequencies are set, courses are the same, the minimums for the Cat 1, 857, slightly lower. Perfect. And performance I think will keep the same.
Top Sky 730 Whiskey, turn right heading 310.
Yeah, look guys, we'll keep it the same. It's the slightly it's much longer runway. So yeah, we'll plan fake 8 Alpha 6 or Alpha 5. Alright, frequencies, courses, minimums, F&C performance. All good. We've done it. DOL is a technical aviation term. Yes, it is. Every time we have a runway change, we literally do go DOL! Oh, that's really loud.
Contact tower 118.3. Bye-bye. Visit 2848, contact tower 118.3.
Perfect, all sorted anyway. Oh, I did forget one thing, fixed rings.
Scandinavian
Which is a big threat,
we have Alto cleared Dallas, runway 01 left.
We have Alto cleared ILS 01 left, Scandinavian 26.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, turn right heading 310.
Riding 310 degrees, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Heading select, looks like we're on a vector now, which is great. So what we can do, as we're off the Point Burge, is just route direct to Insuv. Execute. Where does that put us? A bit high, okay, but we're at 220 knots, so we can easily manage that. Perfect.
Tosca 730 Whiskey, turn right, heading 340.
Tell we're high, look. 35 times 300. Actually, what VNAV? No, actually, we're not high. 35. No, we're bang on high. Why VNAV is showing me that, I don't know. Let me just update this again. No, this is bugged. We have about 30 miles to run. So we should be at around 9,000 feet, which we are. We're not 2,500 feet high. But again, this could be to do with the VNAV logic. So this is not accurate. We're pretty much on profile. So times this by 3, 30 miles, 33, should be at 9,900 feet. And we're already in the upspeed. So we're perfectly on profile. We're not high. This is not representative of my actual profile. So we're not, definitely don't use VNAV. Just going to use level change.
Descent to 5,000 feet.
5,000.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, descent to 6,000 feet. QNH 1018.
So altitude 6,000 feet, QNH 1018, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So 6,000 feet set. VNAV's not giving accurate information, so we're going to select level change, set QNH 1018. Passing 9,100 for 6,000 feet, no flag, standby altimeter is set. So again, yeah, ignoring VNAV, that is not representative of my true profile.
You're
369, yeah, we're pretty much bang on. How can I get that to be accurate again?
You're cleared LS to the one right.
Try routing to all gas. Don't know. I don't know why that's showing me 2,800 feet high. That is not correct.
4,000 feet, 01 left.
Again, it could be a different logic. People have explained to me the PMDG.
Due to sequencing, turn right by 5 degrees.
Right 5 degrees, heading 315, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Thank you.
Perfect, so we'll keep it at 220. There is traffic
ahead.
Only 5 miles. Keep an eye on it. Plenty of fuel. We didn't take any extra, but we need 2.9 to divert.
Descend to 6,000 feet, QNH 1018, turn right heading 090.
Alpaca 7199er, just continue to star and descend to 7,000 feet, QNH 1018.
Busy. Yeah, I think this has gone like on a very shallow path. Seeing I'm just descending at 220 knots, we're not paralleling the profile, we're actually catching it. And look at the glide slope, we're actually perfectly on our vertical profile here.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, descent to 5,000 feet.
Said altitude 5,000 feet, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. No, 5,000 feet checked.
Director, hello, Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie.
Alpaca 6 Delta Charlie, director, good evening, landing 01.
Michelin, you had something that both Zebra and PMDG do wrong. On the glide capture with TL1 failure, both flight directors don't disconnect because the crossbus tow radar will open. Yes, I mean, that's very in-depth modelling if they have that, but you're quite right. Yes, after glide slope capture, the crossbus tie relay opens to ensure that if any subsequent failures don't affect flight directors.
Turn right, heading 320, cleared LS 01 left.
Riding 320 degrees on that heading, cleared ILS 01 left, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Couldn't get my words out. I had a bit of a stutter there.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, speed 200.
Reducing speed to 200 knots, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So we have to go flap 1 because we never bug below the upspeed without flaps, so speed checked. And now we can bug 200. How to make the PMDG 737-800 make the minimums call out, says JK. You need to make sure the captain has the minimums set via Barrow here, and that's how you get the call out. It won't do it for the first officer side, only based off the captain's.
Yeah,
the Phoenix Max, yeah, if Phoenix Sims made A 7.3, that would be awesome. Or a
Top Sky
max.
2 Sierra Lima, descend to
Some
4,000.
strobes ahead of us. There we are. So flap 1 we have. This is looking good.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend altitude 4,000 feet. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Set
Speedbird
4,000.
279er, descend 5,000 feet, turn left heading 070. Speedbird 749er, turn
Superb.
left heading 070.
So this should work out really nicely. We can use vertical speed to sort of just say capture the glide slope or sort of mirror it when we get a bit closer. Sort of saying at 1 dot now. This is looking very nice.
Top Sky 730 Whiskey wants to establish speed.
Oh, it's already on, Steve M. Thank you. I turned it on at 10,000 feet, but you know what? I'm going to stop it. So I've got so much capacity today. I don't usually do.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima wants to establish speed correction. Now we reduce speed 180. Wants to establish speed 160 to 4.
Reducing now to 180 knots. Wants to establish 160 knots till 4. Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So flap 2 is great for 180 knots if you're a bit low, because it means you don't have the extra drag. So we're just going to use VS now, 500 feet per minute, and fly 180
Descend
knots. Cleared
5,000
approach,
feet,
arm
expect
approach.
ILS runway 1 left, Alpaca 19.
Top Sky 70 Whiskey, establish 01 left.
Perfect.
Top Sky
Just starting the flight
730
recorder
Whiskey, thank
again.
you. I have traffic quite short behind. You are separated, but I need you to maintain 180 or greater until 6 miles final, then 160 or greater until 4.
Perfect. Re-recording.
Could you repeat, please?
Top Sky 730 Whiskey, 180 knots.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Speed
going on with VNAV. VNAV does something different in the PMDG that I'm used to. So even though I'm doing 500 feet per minute, we're still capturing. Localizer alive, localizer capture. Runway heading 012 set. And
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, now speed 160 to 4 miles final.
160 till 4, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So this is funny now, because at my operator we have a, when they say 16, they usually give you 165 because of the 737, because 167 is flat 5, so I have to go gear down flat 15, and seeing, is there traffic ahead of me or is he on the other runway? Yeah, because he's quite close, I am actually going to drop the gear and flaps now, very early, so gear down, flat 15. There's no other way to get to 160 knots. It does create a lot of drag, the thrust will come up. 118.3 Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, because there's traffic that you see also right ahead of us, just at within 3 miles, and I should think he's slowed right down. So approaching glide slope. Oh, he's just bit into outer choir, rude, just before glide slope capture. It's a bit early, that was. Usually it's based off the rate of descent. There we are, glide slope capture is in. Missed approach altitude 5,000 feet. Set. So we'll leave it a gear down flat 15 until 1,200 feet basically. You're welcome, J-Road. Thank you very much for the comments.
6602, wind 350 degrees 10 knots, runway 019, please for takeoff. Cliff takeoff.
Yeah, so he's maintained. Nice rule of thumb on a 3-degree glide slope. I was taught this years ago. If the traffic's within 1,000 feet, it's getting a bit tight. So he's 1,500 feet below me. When it gets within 1,000 feet, you want him to expedite leaving the runway. So 1,500. That's actually, this is a typical distance at a busy airport. Tau, hello. It's Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Established ILS 01 left. Speed 160 knots till 4.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, Gardermoen Scenery, continue approach number 2.
Continue approach, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Perfect.
Actually, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, if you like some fun, I can give you visual switch to 01 right.
Yeah, let's do it, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
Okay, clear visual switch 01 right.
Flat 30. Visual switch to 01 right, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. I'm going to do a tutorial on this, but let's do it now.
Sierra Lima, it's free speed now.
Free speed Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So technically I couldn't do this because I don't know where the threshold is, but to do this at my operator I need to be fully configured, check this complete, so disconnect all the throttle, disconnect all the pilots, detune the ILS, and recycle the flight directors. So at my operator we can only do this if the threshold is beyond the threshold of the landing runway. Why is that not detuned the ILS? Just going to go off. Yeah, detune it because there's no useful information. There we go. I think I'm a bit high actually. I'm just going to set in 1,000 feet per minute. Well, I'm a bit high here.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, winds 360 degrees, 13 knots, runway 01 right, clear to land.
01 right, clear to land, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So I'm going to keep it at 1,000. I'm looking a bit high here. Oh, I should have turned on my Toby. Oh no, actually, no, you're 2 reds, 2 whites for grand. So yeah, the threshold is almost the same. So let's dial in 1 degree 57. And it's flying really nicely. So yeah, we could do this up my operator, and we need to be visual, fully configured. You must have done the manoeuvre by 1,000 feet, or started the manoeuvre, which we have. And we can't request it, specifically needs to be instructed from ATC. And yeah, we do what we did. We detune, deselect, and recycle. So detune the disconnect, detune the ILS, turn off the flight directors. There we are. Perfect. On Pappies, we're visual. (1 degree 57%). The PMDG has been excellent today. Really, really good. Just that different VNAV logic I don't understand on the approach, but handling nicely. Pitch and power is spot on. 1 degree 57%. Excellent. Oh, this is the original runway anyway.
Thank you. Contact ground 121.6.
Basically do it for that very reason, to increase capacity. Checked.
Switching to ground.
Bear in mind the minimums are off the wrong runway now, but we can disregard that. Check rate of descent. Checked.
200.
Checked.
Minimum.
Continue. So wind's just from the left.
100.
Very nice.
50. 40. 30.
Check.
20.
Close.
10.
Oh, very nice. Oh, speed breaks up. Reverses. Oh, they've changed something, I think. It feels really good. A bit sensitive, but yeah, nice. Speed breaks up, reverses. Manual braking. Take the next exit here. 60 knots. Cancelling reverse. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Oslo-Gardermoen, or Aerosoft Oslo-Gardermoen, I should say. Superb. So a little bit fast the exit. Well, actually, alright, 40 knots. Perfect. And there's Bravo 6, as we briefed.
Ryanair 112, Gardermoen clearing. Break Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, contact ground 121.605. Welcome to Oslo.
121.605, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Thanks, great ATC, sir. Bye. Excellent. Yeah, the ATC, I love the ATC for these events. It's so good. Perfect. Over to ground. Watch me get lost now.
Sunday 43 Charlie Foxtrot, say again. Send position first, Nordic 386, all position.
So I'll just vacate the runway and hold a Bravo 6 here for a second. Perfect.
Then Turk 43 Charlie Foxtrot, taxi holding point 01 right via the...
Is he here as well?
Sierra.
Just want to get my ass off the runway. There we go. Oslo ground, hello, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, just vacated 01 right to Bravo 6.
Alpaca Sierra Lima, Gardermoen ground, hello, taxi via right turn Tango, Papa and Delta to start 70.
Right turn Tango, then Papa, then Delta, and sorry, just confirm the stand number, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima.
72.
72, thank you, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. Perfect. Right, so first right here on Tango.
Can I name it?
Then Papa.
Requesting a push and start.
Ooh, where's Papa? Oh, I see it. Perfect. I got my charts. Tango, Papa, then Delta is up here. Then stand 72. I've found it. Now just not to get lost. Wonderful. Yeah, and then we'll have a look around the Aerosoft scenery, and I will happily purchase an Aerosoft voucher so you can purchase this scenery as well, because I would have done a giveaway during the Cross the Pond event. Superb. Enjoyable flight, guys, and it was nice to do a longer flight, catch up with some of you. I've been doing some shorter sectors recently.
Due to other traffic.
Perfect. Do the clean up. Yeah, the PMDG was...
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, hold short of Delta.
Hold short of Delta, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima. So that's the apron where stand 72 is, so that's a while yet. Carry on taxiing for now. Out off, trim to 4 units.
It's not for Nordic 386. Is it a straight push down to Whiskey or Juliet?
It's got the clippy radio.
386, say again?
You told a straight push. You want us on Whiskey or on Juliet? Or Nordic 386.
Here's a new headset.
Where you push is
next left, Papa.
the normal procedure.
And stand
so
72. I need to do my
bother doing
GSX thing, don't I? I always forget this. So many gates. 72 that one, I guess. No, we don't need to follow me. So I think that's GSX done its thing. So it should all be accurate. It's a Dalek. Here's Papa. Yeah, it looks very nice. How many traffic aircraft are here? So there's Papa.
Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, taxi Papa Delta to stand 72.
Papa Delta stand 72, Alpaca 2 Sierra Lima, thank you. Perfect. So,
386, where I told you where
as
you were
planned.
standing as you asked me was the perfect position to push.
So this is... Yeah, the PMDG guys today, you know, not paying me to say this, it's really good. Takeoff and landing was nice. I don't know if anything's changed or what, I don't know, but just everything behaved really well. Oh, GSX, the add-on GSX is causing the Kuatl scripting engine to restart. Please update. I did update it. Do you want to log errors? No. Do you want to restart? Yes. I think GSX has had a wobbly in the background, guys.
Center 4 Charlie Fox, Cushion 4, 3 Charlie Fox, contact Tower 118.
I'll try and restart it again. Oh no, it's gone. Perfect. So that was Zulu. This is Romeo. Next left is Delta. It's busy, isn't it? James, APU start. Yeah, we try and do that as efficiently as possible. When you work for an airline that does quite a few thousand flights a day, we're encouraged to be efficient with the APU starting. Saves a considerable amount of fuel. Oh, what's here? Is that like a tunnel? Very cool. The ease of installing stuff in Microsoft Flight Sim is just drag it to community folder, boom, done.
Yes, you were going to push on these other tactical labels.
Very cool.
Fine.
Looks amazing. So 72, that's next left. 10 knots for turns of 90 degrees. The brakes are either on or off, unfortunately. Now's a good time to start the APU.
Top Sky 730 West and Blocks. Thank you very much for your service for everybody. Thank you, bye.
See ya.
Yeah, there's a nice slope here as well. I was going to say it was going to make a quick cat.
Push on, not push, start upon stand, please.
Right.
763 unable.
Is it TBM there?
Roger.
So stand 76.
Oslo ground Alpaca 1977 with.
And 72. Oh yes, GSX stuff is there.
Alpaca 1977, welcome to Gardermoen taxi via Victor and Delta to stand 64.
Some people are having a good time in the background.
Taxi stand 64, confirm taxi routing please.
Taxi via Victor and Delta to stand 64.
Perfect.
Victor and Delta.
So yeah, it has all the, is it VGDS? Guidance? It's probably going to sound going too fast, hold on. Oh, where's the guidance? Have I got to get a bit closer? Or is it not working? It looks super realistic. Pete S, have you missed anything? No, a perfect Alpaca Airways flight. Oh, my guidance isn't working, I don't know why. Well, I'll have to just do my best to guesstimate where to stop. About... Ooh! Brake! Oh, my brakes aren't working! Oh, I forgot. In Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you move and pan and hold the right mouse button, your controls don't work. Bit non-standard, guys, but it's all good. It's all good. Oh no! I forgot it's the PMDG does that silly cancel reverse. It springs forward. Pete, you've joined at the optimal time. Yes, it's a bit of a bug where I can't get it to connect. Wait, I know how to fix this. Can't I warp here? Oh, that'll do. It's really annoying that I was doing that. Right, I'm just going to stop here. 2 blues, 1 red. Welcome to Oslo. Oh dear.
386 taxi via Romeo, Whiskey and Sierra.
Transits
holding point,
open. Anti-call off. Would we like to end the flight? Yes.
Sierra to holding point,
Now what's going to happen? Can I just walk? Now I've ended my flight, I can just walk there, can't I? Request deboarding. Now unfortunately, because of my parking, I don't know how the deboarding is going to work. Because I'm not lined up very well with the air bridge. Can I just cheat slightly? Oh, the air bridge is... Oh, well done, air bridge. But it's completely my fault regarding the disembarkation. Well, that's brilliant. Right, see the door opening. Yeah, so obviously if I parked appropriately, that would be perfectly over the door. But yeah, in Microsoft Flight Simulator, if you pan with the mouse, all your controls are disabled whilst panning. It's always been a... Oh, no, actually, we're still on the APU. But yeah, it has a full GSX profile, as long as you line up properly. Right, very good. Excellent ATC. Let's just see how I scored on New Sky first here. How do I turn it on so you guys can see it? There we go. Right. Oh no! Wait. How do I see my flight? We know it's a 10. Yes, of course it's a 10. 10 out of 10. Made $13,000. I mean, there's nothing you can comment on. Great touchdown, distance thresholds with the acceptable range, maximum deviation a mere 70 centimeters. On average, sorry, 1.6 overall was the maximum. Very good, well done. How is the GSX dealing with this, I wonder? Where are the passengers going? I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious. We'll have a look around the scenery and then we'll do the giveaway. I did not park very well. Where are they? Maybe because I parked badly, you're not seeing them. But yeah, they are usually, when you've got the accurate profile. And this comes with a GSX profile, which I put in the folder. It moves all the passengers around. Oh, very, very nice. Well, like I said, we'll do a little tour and then we'll run a giveaway. Look at that with the sunset, guys. I mean, how far have Sims come? It's absolutely balmy, isn't it? I mean, in the last sort of few years, what they're capable of and what the graphics are like. That's amazing. Look, all the passengers are actually moving.
Minimums,
floating.
Approaching minimums.
Brandon, thanks for the 12 months, buddy. I'll have to catch up this stream, but congrats on completing your LTC training. Thank you. One step closer to being Alpaca's first TRE. Yeah, well, second. Jack's qualified TRE. Ropes to D-board can be bought separately. Brilliant. Yeah, I mean, look at it. It's amazing, isn't it? Can't teach that. Right. Shall we have a little look around the scenery? Very, very nice. Once again, thanks to Aerosoft for sending me a copy over. So it is available for €25 or just over €25. I don't know much about Oslo. I have actually flown into this airport once before, many years ago, about 5 years ago, soon after my command upgrade. Sorry, I'm just turning the music down here. But yeah, it has all the usual good stuff which an accurate scenery has. I'm not very good at these scenery reviews, but has anyone actually flown out of Norway know the terminal area well? I mean, we'll start in the terminal where we were. But this is the accurate recreation of the airport as it is, as on release on April, so all the stands are corrected as per April. I mean, yeah, I mean, look. I mean, you have all the passengers are interactive in this one, no static models, so they're all moving around. It's very nice, this terminal, actually, isn't it? When was this all done up? So yeah, you've got an area upstairs, downstairs. You've got a Norg. Ooh, I wonder what's on tap. Pint of Aspals, please. It's my wee tipple at the moment. It's crazy, isn't it? The detail they go into. Clar for takeoff. Even this area is all modelled. So yeah, up-to-date airport layouts as well. Custom aerial imagery. All the terminals are modelled, I think. Do you use a camera plug-in to fly around like that? Yeah, it's the Xbox controller. I use the Xbox controller and the drone cam. Interactive signs. Is that like a... What's that? A bit of paint? I don't know. It's just crazy, isn't it? What on earth's this? I can hit... Is that music? Where's that coming from? Okay. Oh, that's a first. There's an actual person playing the piano in the terminal where you can hear the music and the tannoy. Well, that's a first. I mean, that's... I genuinely didn't know that was a thing. I just happened to find it. And you've got PAs going off. The immersion is insane, isn't it? That's the first. I have to say, this is the first add-on I've heard where it's got tannoys going off, pianos playing. Amazing. Was that like a... Ah, it's great it was Beethoven, actually, because classical music isn't copyrighted. Fantastic. That's the first time I've actually heard a lot of audio recorded there. I think that's a bit of a selling point. Look at the departures hall as well. Norwegian signposts. Amazing. Yeah, this is all sounds within the scenery. I don't have any other plug-in here. No, we'll stay on board. Jim and I have to talk. Very nice. There's like one... Oh, there's a few passengers appearing. Here's the departures area. Got cars moving. The detail's phenomenal. I can't even remember where we parked over here. So yeah, you got interior modelling for all terminal piers, ambient passenger movement inside the terminal, custom vehicle traffic in the apron, train and road traffic in the airport vicinity, various sound effects around the airport using WYs? What's WYs, guys? I don't even know. Large amounts of ground clutter service equipment. Custom aerial imagery includes custom wind turbine models for Odal Wind Farm. Where is the Odal Wind Farm, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. It's there, but that's there. Custom runway light layout, lighting for night and day, animated hangar doors with proximity triggers. Ooh, where are they? Well, I guess I've got to bring the aircraft over so you can taxi the aircraft into the hangar, which is pretty cool. GSX profile included as well. Very nice indeed. Would anyone like to win a copy before you go and purchase? I will. Oh! They might need to fix that in an update. It's the Hogwarts of ATC training centres. Oh, apart from the floating people, very nice. I mean, look, they've even got like the layout of the airport. I guess that's like the VATSIM thing, but still very, very cool. Lol. That's a very tall control tower as well, isn't it? It's superb. Right, I can't even remember where I parked. It's such a massive airport. Is that me there? No, I'm actually off VATSIM now, aren't I? So that's a static aircraft. Very good. WYs is the audio engine. Very, very cool. What do you guys think? Sorry for my lackluster tour, but I sort of just show you around very briefly. And here we are. The familiar sound of the fuel pumps on the 737. Right then. Right, let's run a little giveaway then. This will be for a Aerosoft gift voucher, so you can purchase the scenery. I'm sure if I asked Aerosoft for a copy, they would have given me one. I've never actually worked with them really before, and they simply just sent me an email with a code to download it. Nothing else. That was it. I was like, oh, thanks. I'll use that. So yeah, let's run a little giveaway here in the background. So if you're new to giveaways, all I do is ask you a question. You need to write it in chat. The answer to the question. I just need to set it up first. So giveaways, keyword. There we are. I always do the same for airport scenery giveaways. Anti-spam's enabled, so only please type it in chat once. If you put it more than once, it will not enter you to the giveaway. So can you simply put, in lowercase or uppercase, it doesn't matter, the 4-letter ICAO code for Oslo-Gardermoen once. Thanks, I knew one of you would say something like that. Brilliant. No, Adam, don't be fooled. Adam, don't be fooled. No, Patrick, don't. Thanks. No, some people started putting once. Don't always say we're having words. That's it. That's it. Echo November Golf Mike. Whee. Great ATC from the controllers today. Very friendly on the FPS. I was concerned when I landed, but I think that was all the VATSIM traffic. Now I've logged off. It's very smooth. I saw that, Steve, twice. Well, my favourite bit was the piano playing. Very, very nice. I mean, this is probably the most insane one I've ever seen. I mean, I've done a lot of add-ons before in Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they're all really good, but this is actually one of the most insane ones I've ever seen. They've gone all out. Like the soundboards, revolving doors, pianos playing, people walking around. It's very, very good. And I'm sure there's some other hidden gems I've not even found. It's just the sound of the vehicles as well. This is really good. They do like the Volkswagen van in Oslo. Yeah, I'm sure if anyone ever flies from this airport or works here, would be really curious to see this. Very, very cool. There we are. Right, shall we roll the giveaway? Let me just get this all set up in the background. Turn off this here. Get my award winner music ready. There we are. So the winner, let's roll it here. Go back into Nightbot. The winner of the giveaway is Kyle Losaria. Kyle Losaria. I've never seen your name here before, so it can't be rigged. You have a logo of Concorde on your picture. Well done. You are the winner of a copy of the Aerosoft Scenery for Oslo-Gardermoen. Nothing yet said in chat. The shock and disbelief of winning is yet to sink in. So congratulations, my friend. What you need to do, Kyle, is get in contact with me via social media. You can contact me via Instagram at FlightDataSim or X/Twitter. The only two social media pages I accept DMs. Or if you don't have social media, you can email me at flightdatasim@gmail.com. The email address is on the About section of my YouTube page. Very, very well done. Still nothing in chat from Kyle Losaria. I've taken a picture of your name anyway and your logo, so when you contact me, I do know who it is. You! Excellent. So, we'll call it a day. Once again, thank you very much everyone that joined in on the stream. It was thoroughly enjoyable, and again, sorry I didn't take part in Cross the Pond, but yes, having had a very busy week finishing my LTC course and qualifying as a training captain, having had nothing set up because I've been flying away out of base this week, I was not in a position to set up everything in time. I actually forgoed my slot about 3 days ago, and out of curiosity I logged in 10 minutes late and someone had already taken my slot, so people have been checking it all the time. So excellent, very enjoyable indeed. As I said, thank you to Aerosoft for sending me a copy of the scenery. It is now available to purchase, and it came out last week, €25. I think for the detail you get is pretty reasonably priced. I mean, what a detailed add-on. They're insane these days. The amount of detail is unbelievable. Right, already logged off of VATSIM. We'll turn off the background music, and replay should be all working. Oh, what's happened to the play pause button? It seems to be being spammed. Oh, it's because I think Spotify's broken. Why is it going play pause, play pause, play pause really quickly? I don't know. I'm just going to turn off Spotify. Something weird happened to my keyboard. Awesome. Let's see if the replay music works at least. Oh yes, it does. Right. Oh yes. Hold on. Another thing I need to do. Oh no, I don't want to Control-Alt-Delete. I need to go into here and load up the panel state, because replay. Runway, that's the one I want. Execute. It's very quick now, panel state loading in the PMDG. It used to be really slow, but it's really good now. Right, let me just turn on the light switches I had. Spam the flaps to 30. I think we're all good now. Yes, the replay music goes on whilst not replaying. My apologies, everyone. That should do us. Right, let's see if this works. Replay. Oh, it sends the stick shaker off. Oh, yes, we've got to... Well, I won't do it from the side step. I might do a little tutorial on that, so if you get that clearance on VATSIM or VAO where you are, you know how to do it properly. Let's have a look at that landing. Just knock the time back a bit. That is about then, didn't we? Yeah, PMDG was excellent today. I think that's the best ever flight I've had in the PMDG since it's re-released. Worked really nicely. Very nice. Flared at 20 feet, closed, held the altitude. Yeah, lovely. Right rudder. Ooh, the speed brake came up automatically on the replay, that's cool. Graphics are awesome, aren't they? Yeah, unfortunately I can't get the reverse to go to idle. You would never stow the reversers with reverse thrust up straight away. Making you feel dizzy, you guys, aren't they? Yeah, unfortunately there's no flyby view. Well, there is a way of doing it in Microsoft Flight Sim, but it's a bit of a faff. Oh, speed brakes are now up. Oops, that's just the replay. It's an awesome view, isn't it? We need some wheel. Oh, there, the wheel screeching's a bit. The Just Flight 146 is awesome because it goes. It's really cool. Yeah, see the suspension working as well. The oleo going up and down. Very, very cool. Very, very good. Yeah, well done PMDG. Nice add-on. Right then, what I'll do is pop you into the wing view, and I'll put the replay from the beginning of the sidestep manoeuvre, which would look quite cool from the Dodge Sig, yes. So there we are. There, I'll put you from there so you can enjoy the sidestep. So resume, and why is the spoiler? That's flipping replay tool. There we are. So I think we need that view. Yes, I think that's a bit better. Let me move you slightly so you can see a bit more of the wing. Ah, there we go. There's the beginning of the manoeuvre. Right then, guys, that's it for today. Thank you very much for joining another Flight Deck Sim live stream. Thoroughly enjoyable, and hanging out with you guys this Saturday afternoon. For those that took part across the pond, I hope you had a safe trip or continued safe trip. No doubt none of you have arrived yet, or have only just started arriving. And I'll try and make the next one. As I said, guys, I didn't fancy doing a 12-hour flight after a busy week. On that note, thank you very much to all the very kind messages regarding my promotion as well, and glad to see some of my colleagues are here, so hopefully I'll fly with you at some point in the near future. It means a lot, those lovely words and comments and messages coming in, so thank you very much. And to all of those that donated, thank you very much for your generosity. To all of my members, thank you for your continued support. Members, don't forget it's the members only group flight tomorrow evening, UK time. All the information's in Discord. And to all the regular viewers and subscribers, thank you very much for tuning in and interacting with me during the stream. That's it for today. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you all very soon. Very good evening.